years out. I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, Dumelang Bakaya, to Sanbonani Molweni, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday. Say it with me. We've made it through the week, full of load shedding, full of all the challenges that we've had to face, and we finally arrived at the weekend. It's so good to be in your company at the start of a brand new day. My name is Katlego Maboe. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, it is a Friday, and we are ready to celebrate Heritage Day, which is tomorrow. Just in case you didn't know, there'll be festivals, there'll be celebrations all around as we as South Africans celebrate what makes us unique as South Africans, our various cultures, our languages, the way we feast, the way we get together and really put our hands together to become the nation that we are. And so today, to entertain us into the weekend, is Karen Korkia and friends ahead of the Overberg's Got Talent competition. Of course, you know Karen Korkia, one of the most talented individuals that you are likely to ever see on any television screen. She regaled the nation with her wonderful voice, and she continues to entertain the masses every single day of her life. And today, another opportunity for her to do the same. Then what is, of course, a Heritage Weekend without any sports? And it's crunch time in the Rugby Championship, with the final round of matches taking place this weekend. New Zealand host Australia tomorrow morning before South Africa face Argentina. So very, very much good luck to our boys. Then, of course, a lekker braai is the perfect ending to a great weekend, and we'll be whipping up a classic snoek braai with media personality and celebrity chef Linda Mnigati. So make sure that you stay tuned for that and so much more that comes your way on this Friday on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're celebrating South Africa. We're celebrating being beautiful members of South Africa. We love you. You know who we also love? Carl Wasty. Good morning, sir.
Oh, where, my brother? This is fantastic. Yo! You know what? It's a Heritage Day weekend, and I'm feeling the vibes from you. I love the fact that we can share this day and obviously kick off the weekend with some beautiful, cultural diversity. And the thing is, when it comes to parties, we all party in different ways. You know, we all have our different ways to actually, make things work. Some people love bringing the meat for the braai. Some people love bringing the snacks. Some people love bringing the gees. Whatever it is, I'd like to ask you, we're going to start a party. And if we had to invite you, what are the 3 must-haves to make sure that party is epic? We would love to hear your opinion, so be as vivid and imaginative as you can on 063-408-8863, because we want to start a party in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it starts right now. Let us know as we continue with the formalities and, of course, all the fun that you'll get on a Friday right here on Expresso. Here's news first, and Kat is standing by.
Thanks very much, Mr. Wasty. Let's take a look at the news headlines on this Friday morning. On the national news front, the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy, Gwede Mantashe, says the government will increasingly commit its support to renewable energy projects. Now, yesterday morning in Centurion, Gauteng, the minister signed an agreement with 3 wind energy suppliers as part of the government's efforts to cope with the increasing power crisis in the country. Now, the agreement will create more than 2,000 jobs during the construction phase. Mantashe said, however, that the government would not scale back on coal-fired power stations. Meanwhile, power utility Eskom has announced it will continue to implement stage 5 load shedding until 5 a.m. tomorrow. This after saying on Tuesday that there was a possibility of reducing load shedding by 1 stage yesterday. Eskom says that since Monday afternoon, 4 generation units at 4 power stations were taken offline for emergency repairs. And these are generating units each at Arnott, Letabo, Kendall and Majuba power stations. 7 units will return to service at Camden, Kendall, Kriel, Kusile, Letabo and Majuba power stations. On the international news front, Uganda's health ministry has confirmed 6 new Ebola cases. Now, they were reported in the central district of Mubende, where a 24-year-old man was confirmed dead on Tuesday after showing symptoms of the disease. Authorities are also investigating whether 7 other deaths, including that of a 1-year-old girl, were due to Ebola. Now, this is the 3rd outbreak of the Ebola Sudan strain in Uganda. Experts say that the Ebola Sudan strain historically has lower levels of transmission, infections and deaths compared to the Ebola Zaire strain. In other news, Russia has begun implementing plans to call up reservists to fight in Ukraine after suffering setbacks there. President Vladimir Putin's order to mobilize 300,000 more Russians with military experience sparked protests on Wednesday. Media reports that some protesters were given draft papers have not been denied. One-way flights out of Russia were rocketing in price and selling out fast on Wednesday after Putin ordered the immediate call-up of 300,000 reservists. Many young men are also fleeing across the border into Georgia, a country Russians can get into without a visa. And finally, would-be poachers in South Africa's national parks be scared? Be very scared. Meerkat is watching your every movement. South Africa, with its abundant wildlife, suffers from a scourge of poaching in its national parks, especially of rhinos. But the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research has developed the solar-powered Meerkat Wide Area Surveillance System, which allows sandparks to detect and track poachers over many kilometers. Now, locally developed radar detects poachers day and night over a wide area. In fact, an experienced operator is even able to tell the difference between a human and an animal. Now, it's been so effective, some 95% of poachers entering the Meerkat deployment zone have been detected. It's been like placing a glass dome over our rhinos. And moreover, the Meerkat is redeployable, so if the rhinos do move to another part of the park, the system can also be shifted there. The benefit of Meerkat is that it enables rangers to proactively enable them to intercept and arrest poachers before they even reach the rhino herd. It is wonderful news, hot on the heels of yesterday's World Rhino Day. And that covers it for the 6 o'clock news bulletin. We'll have another look at 7 o'clock right now. Let's find out what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Carl.
Thanks a lot, Kat. Let's take a peek at the sporting action, and it's a big weekend, as you know. I'm going to start with this one. Argentina have made 2 changes to their starting lineup and 3 to the bench for a Rugby Championship final round match against South Africa in Durban. That'll be tomorrow. Centre Matias Moroni and veteran wing Juan Imhoff have been promoted after the Pumas lost 36-20 to the world champions Springboks in Buenos Aires last Saturday. Moroni replaces Matias Orlando, and Imhoff takes over from Lucio Cinti as Argentina seek to end a run of 2 successive losses in the Southern Hemisphere Championship. Now on to football. Olivier Giroud made history as France worked hard to overcome a stubborn Austria side 2-1 in Paris. Kylian Mbappe danced past 3 Austrian defenders before rifling a powerful effort past Patrick Pence to give the hosts the lead. And then Giroud then doubled the advantage with a glancing header from Antoine Griezmann's cross to make him the oldest goal scorer for the French national team at 35 years and 357 days. Wales have been relegated from League A after Kevin De Bruyne inspired Belgium brushed them aside 2-1. The Man City midfielder placed a first-time shot into the bottom corner before assisting Michy Batshuayi, and of course Cody Gakpo and Steven Bergwijn were on target as Netherlands overcame Poland 2-0. On to cricket, Babar Azam hit 110 not out to Mohammad Rizwan, an unbeaten 88 as Pakistan pulled off a remarkable 10-wicket victory over England to level the side's T20 series at 1-1. Chasing 200, Pakistan's opening pair produced a batting masterclass in Karachi to seal the win with 3 balls to spare. Babar reached a sublime century from just 62 balls, while Rizwan hit 4 sixes in a whirlwind 51-ball knock. It meant Pakistan set a new record for the highest chase in all men's T20s without losing a wicket. And wrapping up with tennis action, Roger Federer's final match will see him play alongside old rival Rafael Nadal in the Laver Cup doubles on Friday. The pair will represent Team Europe against Team World's Jack Sock and France's Tiafoe at London's O2 Arena. The 41-year-old Swiss said it would be wonderful to play alongside Spaniard Nadal, who is 36, who has 22 major titles. Nadal said he was looking forward to an unforgettable match with his rival against the American duo. That's a wrap-up of your sporting action for now. Another update in 1 hour. But Kat's back with a weather report for you to give you an outlook on what you can expect on your beautiful Friday.
And indeed, we are hoping that it is going to be an absolutely beautiful Friday for you. But let's pick up the weather chat with some environmental news. And the question here is whether it's saving nature or tampering with it. That's the big question after researchers in China used controversial genetic technology to clone a wild Arctic wolf. Now, on Monday, the Beijing-based company Sinogene Biotechnology unveiled the female wolf clone named Maya. But the cloning technology, similar to that used to clone Dolly the sheep, has also courted controversy, with questions raised about the ethics and health implications. In Maya's case, some scientists believe that more research is needed on whether cloning can cause potential health risks. Now, there also needs to be more guidelines set to determine appropriate use of the technology. Other scientists are betting on gene editing technology instead, with one team in Australia creating or currently using cells from a marsupial to recreate the extinct Tasmanian tiger. Now, technology aside, efforts are growing around the world as scientists race to save endangered species. And about a third of all plants and animals could face extinction by 2070. So certainly no insignificant effort being applied there. Now, from technology to your sunrise views, first up to start us off this morning, we have Audrey from Umkomaas showing off a bright and early shot of the sky while watching the purple hues slowly starting to brighten up. Thank you very, very much for that. Then Verity Barnes snapped this shot while on her way to work of the tangerine shades and sun. Ribek West, Tiamo Rahulebocha from out in Boksburg, who sent us this view of the fiery clouds from the back of his yard there, sitting outside and enjoying the early morning sunrise views, as we are blessed to see them. Thank you for sharing those with us. Then Louise G. Cherry from Maybury Park, Alberton, who as always is sharing her sunrise views. This one of the birds flying around the palm trees, putting on a show for her this Friday morning. And last but not least, we had this lovely one sent to us by Nijma Bardin, and this taken from the top of her apartment of the ocean views, enjoying the sounds of the waves crashing out in the Shark Rock Pier. Thank you so, so much. Do make sure that you send us your sunrise views to 063 408 8863. And let's delve quickly into your weather to see what temperatures look like all around the country, beginning in Polokwane, where your low is 15 and your high of 29. Mbombela quite similar, 18 to 31. In Pretoria, in the Gauteng province, a low of 16 and a high of 28. In Johannesburg, 14 to 26. Now moving over to the Northwest province, Mahikeng, a low of 17 and a high of 32. And temperatures just as hot in Klerksdorp, 13 to 32. In Kimberley, 0% chance of rain there. Sunshine all around, a low of 12 and a high of 30. Bloemfontein, a low of 9 and a high of 28. Out in Richards Bay, you can expect temperatures as low as 17 and as high as 26 degrees. In Pietermaritzburg, a low of 12 and a high of 26, with about 25% chance of rain there. In Durban, the warmest place to be, a low of 18 and a high of 22. Mthatha, a low of 11 and a high of 21. About 40% chance of rain today for you. In East London, same conditions there. You can expect about 40% chance of rain and a low of 13 and a high of 19. Out in Cradock, temperatures will range between 6 and 24 degrees Celsius, and in Gqeberha, 13 to 18. Out in George, cloudy conditions for you with about 25% chance of rain, a low of 8 and a high of 14. In the mother city, temperatures ranging there between 9 and 16 degrees Celsius. Out in Worcester, partly cloudy conditions for you today with a low of 4 and a high of 18. Sutherland, a low of 3 and a high of 17. And ending things off with Uppington, a low of 9 and a high of 21. That's what temperatures look like today all across the country. But no matter the weather, let's hope it's going to be a fantastic day for you as we kickstart your weekend.
Temperatures rising, which is so beautiful. You know, we're getting to that time of the year and we do need to celebrate. So Heritage Day tomorrow, it's going to be a beautiful one. And there's something called Overberg's Got Talent. And we have Karen Korkier here who's going to give you a bit more details to what that is all about. But of course, we have to refresh ourselves. I want to make sure that Kat and I are well hydrated, because a little later we'll be making sure that we go over to Joburg for a little bit of some. And don't worry, we're going to go to some bit of rum. We're going to go back to some ramba. But of course, I do have something else, which is sorry, man.
You got some for real.
I must. This. Grab that.
Ow! It's Bandai.
I'm going to, because you know There's a beautiful,
It's
beautiful
Bandai.
island of treasure. It's tropical.
You bought that, like.
That's right, I have to.
Oh, yes.
Just enjoy this with us, please, man, and grab your coffee or refreshments.
Smooth. It's Bandai.
Only you can make my day.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show and happy Friday. This is Expresso and I've got surprises for you. People that are going to give you energy to get into the weekend and to Heritage Day. So she's no stranger to the stage, and through all of her appearances on her show, she just seems to come through and make sure that she's more radiant every time that we see her. I'm talking, of course, about Amazi's own Aretha Franklin, the beautiful and illustrious veteran vocalist and lekker person. Karen Corkier is here, so never fear. She will be here. Leah Leah. So she's accompanied by fellow musician Zaldine McDonald. And I can tell you she is phenomenal, incredible and amazing as well. These two ladies will tell you a bit more about a Overberg's Got Talent show, and they have been put together like the Avengers to make sure that somebody gets crowned, and they have crowned somebody. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you, Carl. It's lovely to be here.
Ooh, it's lovely to have two artists with so much caliber on the couch. It's just lovely.
Yes.
It really is. No, but I think it's important to start off with this Overberg's Got Talent. I think it's a beautiful concept. You are no stranger to a stage where talents walk upon that stage. They don't know what to expect. They showcase their talent, and then, of course, there's a panel of judges that will have to showcase things. So what is it about this particular competition that attracted you, that said, hey, this is something that's going to lift the Overberg as well?
Firstly, because I'm from that area and I know the talent that is there,
Yes.
you know, and secondly, because I want to create a platform for those talents, you know, to have the opportunity to live out their dreams. I mean, if I think back about my own journey.
Yes.
That is the one thing that I was looking for, is just that opportunity, you know, and that is what ultimately drives me to do this every year.
Okay, and so you need a coach, you need a mentor that you have to bring on board, because everybody needs, you know, somebody that's not on the side, but somebody that's going to feature as well. And Zaldine, you were that person. When it comes to mentoring these talents, the Overberg, yes, we know there's talent all over, but what was so special about this beautiful place that got you going and said, sure, I am ready to go?
Not a case of me coming into the space and, you know, getting all these singers, can we sing together? It's just a thing of meeting different characters, different tones, you know, different people that is so fearful of the industry itself, and, you know, trying to bring out that confidence and self-esteem out of that, the competition itself. So I think, like, when I started with Karabo Poppy, like 6 years ago, it was basically just the two of us going into, you know, Karabo, coming there, not knowing what to expect, you know, scary kids. And then we have to say, good morning, goeiemorgen allemaal. Welkom, en moenie skaam wees, moenie bang wees. I mean, they come in, it's like literally like, others cry, others, no, I can't do this, others run out. So it's like that. So you need to, I feel like my experience with this is like just giving love and making sure that they do their best, like in this whole journey, like a month or so, so.
And you've done well, because there is a winner that's been crowned. We'll get to that in a second, but I want to know what the value of this particular project as well. You know, we know that there are certain areas that need a bit more love all around the Western Cape and beyond in South Africa. So the Overberg and this initiative going 6 years, how has it lifted the community?
In terms of the confidence, and I specifically now, I'm talking about the children, because that is our focus.
Yes.
Is uplifting the youth. Die kinders het so gegroei, hulle glo in hulle self, jy kan dit sien in hulle performance. Hulle is baie daring, hulle hou nie terug nie, en hulle stap daar weg en hulle voel almal soos wenners aan die einde van die dag, want ons sê dit vir hulle. You know, ultimately it's a competition, there can only be one winner, but you can see the confidence, you know, and the hope that is created by. And I think that is why we always go back, you know, ons sien onsself as daai tipe rolmodelle wat hulle self ontferm om die kinders sodat hulle die platform kan kry, you know, wat min gegee word.
That's so beautiful, because you have to uplift, you have to give people platforms that they've never had before, and also allow those individuals to feel like they deserve those platforms, because sometimes those communities, you know what the socioeconomics is, they unfortunately are feeling like they should only stay there for the rest of their lives, but there's more.
There is definitely.
Introducing Jaden Ardendorf, the winner. Tell me about coaching this particular talent and the win as well, and what this has done for Jaden.
I think, like, it's a thing of, you see this one video and then you know this is going to be the person, but you still have 60 other videos to look at. And the first time when attracted me in so many ways, and when I started working with him, ek gaan nie vir jou leens wat jy hy gee my attitude. Hy het my attitude gegee, en hy was nou tall en ek was nou klein. Toe sê ek vir hom, you can never do that. There's only one person with a whole lot of, you know, confidence and strength to make sure that you are the best. And he won by 1 point. 1 point. He's actually a brilliant singer, but there was other gifts, but he really stood out.
This is beautiful. I cannot wait to meet Jaden as well. But I think just very quickly, there's a festival happening tomorrow. Do you have some details for us?
That's right. It's called the Overberg's Got Talent Festival. It's the first coming to the Overberg.
Yes.
And tickets are available at Quicket, 150 Rand for adults and 80 Rand for children under the age of 18.
Lovely. Yes. Beautiful stuff. Well done, ladies. You know, uplifting communities is all about heritage as well, going back to your roots and making sure that you leave the place better off than when you actually left there, which is so beautiful. So make sure you stick around to this. The talent will be on the show today. We've got that sorted. And talking about talent, Kat is with 2.
Absolutely, we are talking beauty, but not just beauty, beauty beneath the surface and beauty with a purpose, and that is Amazi. Amazi is devoted to seeing women succeed, and they ensure a better future for women by enabling economically excluded and marginalized women to become economically active through innovative products and services. And here to tell us a bit more about their recent partnership with Woolies is Elsa Pallet, Amazi's head of marketing Woolworths' commercial head of beauty brands. Ladies, it's great to have you with us this morning. It's a Friday. Are you feeling the vibes?
Absolutely.
Loving it. Elsa, let me start off with you first to sketch a bit of the context, right, behind Amazi, which was launched in 2018, and the purpose was to create a better future for women. Tell me about how you go about making sure that you have that impact.
Sure. So Amazi is a social impact brand created by women for women that works to empower economically excluded women in South Africa. We have two sides of the business, one being the impact side, which is at the Amazi Academy, and the other side being the actual beauty bars and beauty products. Every rand that a customer spends at Amazi unlocks more funds from our side, and the total goes into educating women. We actually began the commercial side only in 2018 when we realized that it was all good and well to have the academy, which was educating the women, but we actually needed the side of the employment, which is what we brought on, and now we are very excited to be partnering up with Woolies to be able to create more impact and create more jobs.
Absolutely, and I mean, let's talk about that partnership that Woolies and Amazi have taken on, because when you start off a relationship like this, you want to make sure that there's alignment in terms of the brands, what you stand for, what you're trying to pursue, so that there can be longevity, right, Lerato?
Absolutely, and it's a beautiful partnership. As Elsa said, Amazi is a social impact brand, and Woolies drives on becoming a world responsible brand as our good business journey takes for us. So we know that through empowering women, we're able to help the communities in which we operate to build economically sustainable environments for themselves, and in turn empower the future. We're also on a big drive to facilitate small black women-owned businesses into Woolies, and in turn obviously help sustain them and become great businesses. So it's a win-win situation all around, and our customers win at best because they can now enjoy quality beauty services at selected beauty stores in Woolies.
And that's exactly where I was about to go to next, because it's the customers that we want to win at the end of the day. So, Elsa, what kind of services can be expected at which stores? I mean, we're seeing pictures of that, and I'm already visualizing some ladies making it. They pull out their notebooks to make appointments. Like, okay, where am I going to go?
And men. And men.
Very unisex, very unisex.
All right, so tell us about that.
So it's very much about the concept of on-the-go beauty bars. So we want customers to be able to come downstairs, get their food market stuff, get their local brands, which are definitely on discount for Heritage Day, and then actually come and enjoy a service. So we do nails and we do threading. So polish, gelish, as well as soft gel tips, and then we also do threading, full face, as well as brows, and it is very unisex. We want to offer every single gender, whether you are, literally everybody.
That's amazing.
So that is our full service range.
Excellent. And any particular stores, or will it be nationwide?
So
Let's talk about
we've got 5
locations.
different stores at the moment.
To start off with, right?
To start off with.
Right.
And if we aren't in your province yet, we are coming. So we've got, in Joburg, we've got Rosebank and Sandton. And then in Cape Town, we've got V&A Waterfront, Canal Walk, and Cavendish.
Okay.
But we
so
are
really
coming.
Big ones
we
where
are
you can
coming,
accommodate a lot of numbers.
But more stores to come, absolutely.
A lot more stores to come.
That is absolutely wonderful news. And I think you can put that into your diary for Heritage Day, perhaps, if you're looking to, go around, get the things prepared for the party that you're hosting. Why not get a treatment while you're at it as well? And speaking of which, ladies,
we've got a 15% discount on Saturday. So if you are up and around, we'll actually be there as well. So definitely come pop by and say hi.
Wonderful. What about plans for Heritage Day? Are we celebrating?
Absolutely.
Are we getting together?
Yeah, we will be. So to show our support for local brands, as a beauty team, we will be offering 20% off of our local beauty brands from yesterday, actually, till Sunday. So please make sure you go out and support local. It's obviously a great initiative for us to really be able to support the brands. And part of that is our W Beauty brand, which we are absolutely proud of. It is 85% made local. The Hydro Lips that I'm wearing today is 100% locally made. So go get your perfect shade.
Love it.
We'll try to find a shade for you. Get your perfect shade in stores for 20% with the rest of our local brands until Sunday.
I tell you what, Cavendish is not too far from here, so I might make my way there to get a nail treatment because in Tata must take care.
In Tata must.
Thank you very much, ladies, for joining us. Really appreciate it. Now, the Amazi beauty bars are geared towards one purpose, and that's to make you feel great. So spoil yourself with affordable beauty treatments at selected Woolworths stores.
Only you can make my day.
Afternoon Express wants you to win an epic spring adventure teamed up with a South African celeb to be more plus with BioPlus. From skydiving to bungee jumping, whatever the adventure, BioPlus gives you that edge in physical energy and mental vitality. To enter, answer the BioPlus competition question on the Afternoon Express Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages using that hashtag BioPlus. Be more plus.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's a Friday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Welcome back to it. We're live, large and in charge on S3. And you know when you see that face on your screen, Mike Pedro talking sports. And of course, it's crunch time in the Rugby Championship with the final round of matches taking place this weekend, Mr. Colway-Steve.
Indeed, a Titanic back to New Zealand, hosting Australia tomorrow morning before South Africa face Argentina, with all four sides still mathematically capable of winning the tournament.
That's absolutely brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Wow. Wow, I was right there in the stadium. Now, with us to preview the action is sports producer and anchor Mike Pedro. Man, it's great to have you here. Nervous times, obviously, right now for all concerned in the Rugby Championship. We know what's at stake. The Boks have had a bit of an up and down one.
Yes.
And we're looking at taking on Argentina, securing the win, hopefully.
Yes.
How likely do you think we are to do that, given our last performance against them, and given the changes that are on the cards as well?
Yeah, well, I think we will probably get the win tomorrow. I think the momentum from the game in Argentina will sort of carry us through. The one concern I do have is obviously at fly half. Frans Steyn. Although, I mean, it's not really something to be concerned about. The guy has been around.
Frans Steyn?
Well, I mean, we
monument.
don't really have many other options, really.
This is
at fly half, which is a little bit concerning because, I mean, Frans Steyn, even though he's been around forever, is not going to be around forever. So you need to have some kind of succession plan. It looks like Damian Willemse is that succession plan, but when he's injured, as he is at the moment, then there's a concern about who comes into that position. And I think the last time Frans Steyn played fly half was like 15 years ago.
Yes.
So it's not a position he's played very often. We know he can play pretty much anywhere across that back line, which helps a lot. But playing fly half is a different kettle of fish altogether, I think. But it's a good thing he's got so much experience to be able to handle that. And playing at home, I think, is going to help as well.
You know what I'm worried about?
Yeah.
Is that there was a time in that match where Argentina were pressing the right buttons.
Yes.
And were testing our discipline, which I feel is the way they got in. That's the way they came back at us. We saw we had such great composure. We knew the plan. We knew we did our kicking thing, fantastic. But then they started pushing buttons, and I feel like they know how to set us off.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a factor at home? Because Argentina now have even more of that impetus to go at us and making sure that, you know, we make the silly mistakes. Those silly mistakes come from, unfortunately, a lack of discipline.
Yeah, well, I think I said it before the first game. We have very similar styles, South Africa and Argentina, of playing. And it is forcing penalties, it is forcing errors on the opposition. So I don't think that's going to change from either team's standpoint, because South Africa did that pretty much throughout the whole first half last weekend, and then Argentina flipped it and did it throughout the whole second half.
Here we go.
So I don't think it's going to be too much different in terms of tactics and what each team is going to try and do. I think it's just more about the execution, especially from Argentina's point of view, because the execution wasn't there for them in that first half last week, and then it was in the second.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams start off the game. South Africa started very well in the first match, and Argentina kind of clawed their way back. So it'll be interesting to see if South Africa get off to a similar start, where the Argentina have that mettle to go and do it again for a second week in a row, especially on away soil, because I think the crowd played a massive factor last time as well.
Absolutely. I mean, a big factor for me is the mentality of the squad right now. We've had headlines throughout the week where Jacques Nienaber was trying to calm things down.
Yeah.
Where do you think the Boks are at right now, and how much of a factor will that play in terms of our execution on the field?
Yeah, I think it's been a rough couple of weeks for South African rugby, or for the Springboks anyway. There's the whole Alton Yankees thing, and then over the weekend, just before the last game, there was a threat of a report coming out about drug use within the squad. That report never actually got published, so it's been quite a tumultuous time. I think they've handled it probably as well as they can.
Yeah.
And I think the players are fully focused. I mean, they know what's at stake. They know that a win, and if results go their way in the game between Australia and New Zealand tomorrow morning, they can win the Rugby Championship again. So I think it's all the focus is on that. At least that's what they'll tell you within the camp. But there's no doubt one or two people in the camp who might be feeling it a little bit more than others. But I think so far they've handled everything extremely well, yeah.
Yeah, this is where we count on those stalwarts and the leadership capabilities of the Siya Kolisis of the squad to really bring it in. We did receive some voice notes from our sports fans out there. Predictions for the weekend. Let's hear what you had to say.
South Africa 48, Argentina 26.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
very
quite
specific.
specific. Yeah, let's have another listen.
Good morning. I think the Boks will probably run away with this one because there's so much at stake. 42-22 to the Boks.
Sure. 42-22.
A lot of positivity, which is very, very good.
Like that.
But I think the real sort of praise need to go to Australia at the moment.
Yes.
Go Australia.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for a long time. I'm going to say, go, there they are. Look at them. You know what? Technically, they're green and gold too. Let's get behind Australia.
Well, how do you see this ultimately playing out? Let's quickly put you on the block.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think New Zealand will win. I mean, New Zealand are formidable against anybody, except the Springboks, obviously. But I think South Africa will win their game. Unfortunately, New Zealand will win their game as well. And then it's going to come down to points differential. I think that's how it's going to work. And New Zealand are already 13 points better off than us in terms of their difference between points scored and points conceded. So, yeah, I think it's going to come down to that. And that's probably the worst way that you can not win a championship, is on points.
I really hope that you are very, very
Trust
wrong.
me, so do I.
Well, as Mr. Carl Wasty did bring us into this fixture, talking about the weekend's rugby coming up. We look forward to a stunning performance from the Springboks, who take on Argentina while Australia do battle against New Zealand. Siti halala, I'm a boko.
Oh, but I've only got one question, Kat. What's a sports game without a braai? I'm the referee this morning. We say no to that. Check this next recipe out.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic Spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like?
I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, we know that many kitchens, many cultures, and an entree of recipes, but one thing guaranteed about Mzansi food, and I'll tell you this for free, is that it carries bags and bags and bags of flavor. It's all about flavor, 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 flavor. And Chef Linda proves this with a classic South African snoek braai recipe. Welcome, Chef Linda.
Thank you for having me.
It is
Even the
so
storms that were trying to disturb everything, but they couldn't win.
Nothing formed against you, because you are the man when it comes to really expressing all of the South African flavors and bringing them to life. And today we're making snoek braai, right?
Yes. It's all about heritage this month, so we have to bring in those South African dishes with a lot of flavor. So here we have snoek fish, but you can use any fish with this amazing glaze that we're going to be using, Clover Classic Spread. So we have like your jam, we have lemon juice, we have garlic, we have chili flakes, we have salt and pepper.
I can already tell that this is going to be a very interesting sort of flavor type profile, because you've got the jam already going in with your spices and the garlic and all of that. Let's get going. Let's get down to business.
Okay, first of all, we're going to melt Clover Classic Spread. Let me open this.
And I like that we start there, because we know that Clover Classic is an ideal and versatile fat spread that can be used daily for spreading, when you're cooking, when you're baking. Absolutely ideal across all of those situations. And it contains 7 vitamins, and it's made with a touch of clover cream for that, you know, smoother spreadability, which is something that you want, right? You do want your spread to have a smooth consistency and a spreadability.
Yes. So now I just melted my Clover Classic Spread, and then I'm going to follow with my garlic for flavor.
You know, why do you start with garlic when I would imagine and I would have thought that the other ingredients there are softer in texture?
Yeah, you have to saute now, but it's not sauteing, I'm sweating, because I don't want to brown the garlic.
Oh no, we don't want that.
I don't want a brown sauce. We're using fish.
Okay.
So fish, it's a white meat.
You want to keep that?
Yes, and then I'm gonna follow with my chili flakes for flavor also. You can add more chili if you want.
I mean, I'm about to cough it up, but I can tell that all of that goodness is going to bring such a kick to our recipe. And if you want to get your hands on it, go on to expressoshow.com. You're going to find a list of all of the ingredients we're making use of this morning for this one. I mean, as you can see, very, very few ingredients. This is one of those classic South African braai recipes that doesn't need much, but can be elevated each time, depending on how you put a twist to it.
Yes, and then now I'm adding my lemon juice. You're not going to have seafood or any fish without lemon juice. It needs a lot of lemon.
Tips?
Yes.
Tips
of salt and
notes.
pepper.
Okay. Oh, a pinch of salt?
Not too much.
It's a masterclass.
Now it depends if you use. Right now we're going to use a griddle.
Okay.
But if you use a preheated oven, you can wrap your fish in a foil.
All right.
With a lot of lemon, salt and pepper inside to have that succulent and juicy fish.
That absorption of it.
And it's also very important that when you fry your fish, you keep the skin side down first.
Which I only learned about 2 weeks ago, because all of my life I had to fight. I had to fight the skin off, only to realize that I was killing the flavor source, which is insane. But I was going to tell you now that the first time I had snoek was actually here in Cape Town, when I moved to Cape Town 2 years ago only. I can tell you there's so many people across the country who haven't really tapped into the beauty and the magic of snoek.
Yes.
Yet into and
come and see our sauce. Our sauce is like thick, nice, and full of flavor.
Nice.
So I'm gonna just put it aside. Okay, right now, I'm gonna add another spread here in my griddle so that I can pan fry or pan sear my
fish.
Yes.
And when it's all done, and it will take a bit of love, you do want to make sure that you stay as close as possible to your braai while you prepare this. That is what it will look like. The final product of our fish will look nice and a light brown, right? Which is a good thing, because you did say it is a white braai that we're going for, right?
Skin side down.
Skin side down. Okay, let's go.
And then you let it cook for like 15 to 20 minutes or until it's cooked through.
But stay there. there. Stay there.
Yeah, stay there. And then right now, the fish, when you open the fish, because it's flaky and it's white meat, it cooks very fast.
And
so you
absorbs,
don't want
ne?
to have raw fish, you don't want to have salmonella.
No, we don't want that. No. Nobody wants that. But listen, go on to expressoshow.com. I know for sure that you are going to want the recipe. And just in case you missed any of the steps involved in making this South African classic and putting a Clover classic twist to it, check this quick recap out.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day.
Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday morning. Not just any Friday morning, by the way. We are leading up to Heritage Day, which is tomorrow. A very special day for us as South Africans as we celebrate what makes us truly, truly unique. And to celebrate this upcoming Heritage Day, Woolworths has collaborated with Karabo Poppy, a multi-award-winning illustrator, graphic designer, and street artist who is passionate about the preservation and exploration of the African aesthetic.
And I mean, she's done such incredible work over the years, but let's take a behind-the-scenes look, all right? Because, you know, you get the front row seat, what this campaign looks like. Check this out.
It is Heritage Month, and I'm really excited that I got the opportunity to collaborate with Woolworths. Woolworths pretty much approached me with a pretty open brief of telling an authentic and a contemporary heritage story around being a South African. And I looked at how South Africans have this almost communal culture, and that's something that I really wanted to celebrate. Even though South Africa is a super diverse country, we have beautiful golden threads running through the whole country, and that's something that I really wanted to highlight when it comes to the apparel. And it's almost like this very prideful way to wear our communal culture that we found. And I'm really excited that I get to do this in Heritage Month and with Woolworths as well. So when it comes to the collection that I created, we've got a selection of t-shirts and shorts and dresses that can be something that can be worn in a global context, but if you come across anyone with any knowledge or ties to South Africa, they will be able to find familiarity. So we go through patterns on t-shirts, we go through the iconic silhouette of the South African country as well, and we explore a lot of patterns as well. I think patterns are a really great way to express emotion and location in a pretty contemporary way, and it's like one of those secrets when you know, you know. So when it comes to heritage and Heritage Month, for me personally, I always think of being a Mosotho, and specifically Bataung. And that's something that I really got from my father and my father's side of the family. My father's always been someone that is very proud to be a Mosotho, and that's something that he instilled in me. So it seemed pretty obvious when it came to Heritage Month to be able to not just honor my Sotho culture, but to also honor my dad instilling that culture and love for culture within my life, because it's really impacted my work as well.
What an inspiring story. Love her work. I'm loving the poses you guys are just hitting right now.
There's something about when you wear these t-shirts, there's like a pride factor that like takes you over, and as you can see, this emerges.
I love it.
It's like that. But it does give you that thing, because there's some beautiful things. In fact, I want you guys to model this, and let's try and encapsulate what Karabo Poppy wanted to do with these outfits. In fact, let's start with
For me, with my print, I think she's kind of captured young South Africa, young
vibrant.
Africa. Like all these pops of color and pops of pattern almost represent, almost like if you were dancing, you know? You'd be like,
as Africans do.
And then here you go. You know? If you ever need to know how to get down, go grooving, just wear this t-shirt and then you do what the prints say. There, you go, shoo, and then you go, ha, and shoo, and then pa, and then
I love it. I love it. Please do make it with the tribal chants as well.
Yes, I want to actually know. So now, when you're showcasing your tee, which is the white with the print, talk to me.
So this particular one, I think that, you know, you can see that the sun is rising on Africa, and Africa is rising. The steps. It says that the ladder is there for Africa to just emerge in all of its glory, because ultimately we are stars.
Hey!
The stars of the world. It's an eclipse.
It's giving, aha.
Hey, Jelaman, MK, Nabon Velo. I'm going to leave you.
Okay, you can do that.
I'll follow you. Let's go. Asam.
So if you look at mine, it's pretty much, if you understand the oversized vibe that Karabo Poppy was going to go, that's what I'm actually showcasing the fact that African creativity is oversized, overflowing. And what we need to do is share it with as many people as we can, which is essentially the essence of Heritage Day, sharing, unifying, and making sure that we are here and here to stay. So let's go for it. Not only braai, but share our heritage as we continue with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you, Karabo. This is amazing.
Carlito, he's there with all of them. Of course, you can get all of these beautiful prints and t-shirts and wonderful items at Woolies. You can shop online, of course, as well.
Now, we know that everyone loves a good shop. I mean, come on, we know this. We love good shop. Whether it's for clothing, some new deco, for example, for your house, or whatever it is that you like to indulge in. But given how the prices of everything has just been going all the way at the top and skyrocketing, we can all agree that we all do have to work a little bit smarter to save and preserve and spend our money.
Absolutely. So we put the question out to you at home to see how you try to make better money choices on your shopping trips. And Mersha wrote in and said, home decor, but I always plan and budget first before.
So that's where she indulges. It's about the home, it's about decor, but you think about it first. You don't just like rock up.
Yeah, I kind of like that because, like, you know, you go to, let's say, the particular place where you like to shop, and then you find that item, and you go, where na? Get
one day is one day.
Get taller one day. And then you go back to the drawing board, plan, this is how I'm going to save for it, and then over it. And also the anticipation of budgeting and then saving for it. And you know 1 more month to go.
I think you fall in love with the item more as well, right, while you wait for it, that anticipation. Samantha also came through and shared a useful but very interesting tip. This is what Samantha said. I try to stick to a budget, especially when the price hike on everything is so high. I also try to save a bit every month, so when there are sales, I can splurge on home decor and clothes.
Home decor seems to be the thing. The thing about budgeting as well is that it helps you kind of remain accountable. And I think, you know, being able to track where your money is quite a powerful shift in your mindset in terms of building wealth and making better money choices as well.
And knowing the things that you spent that money on, right? So if you bought like drinks and you went and splurged at the club, I mean, you are never able to point at any item and go, this is what I bought. But if you are doing deco, you go, I bought this when I saved and I got my bonus. You're able to point to tangible things.
Then Lizoti shared her advice and said, I just got a new apartment. Well done, congratulations. And my favorite thing is to shop for is home decor. I've got my pocket savings account on Nedbank to save up for things I need in my new place.
I love it.
You know, that sense of achievement as well. When you are well planned and well aligned with your finances, I think people might tend to think, oh, why don't I enjoyment? The enjoyment comes when you've planned well and can then have room to wiggle and move around, when you know that the essential things are taken care of.
Fulfilled as well, right? Because it's all about you and the things that you want. But lastly, Zelandia came through and shared her great advice. This is what she says: clothing. However, I make sure that I balance my budget for everything I need to pay and still have enough money left for emergencies.
Absolutely.
Everybody's so smart, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's so wise with their money.
Plan. Think about it. Think about it. You know, you've worked hard for that money, so you want to make sure that it works hard for you. Now, it's not always easy to save, but you can be smart with how you spend and make your money go further.
And next time you go shopping, maybe use your Nedbank American Express card to pay and earn that cash back. Maybe it's a suggestion. Do it. Go do it. American Express is accepted at a wide variety of retailers. I'm thinking, you know, Woolies, Amazon, Builders Warehouse, and the list goes on. So do take advantage of the fact that you can get some great rewards in that space.
Great tips. Thanks for sharing them with us.
James is on a long overdue holiday, all because he chose to invest in an electronic Optimum Plus account. Yes, seriously. Be like James. Open a Nedbank Electronic Optimum Plus account and get an effective interest rate of up to 12.4%.
We are business owners working with business owners. Cashflow Capital, business funding that works for you.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's Expresso. It's a fry. Yay. As we get excited for Heritage Day coming up, and SABC has some incredible plans. You want to hear about them?
Indeed. Also, Karen Kokir will do a lovely performance for you in the next couple of minutes. So stick around. You've chosen well to Feel Good Breakfast show. On to some newscasts standing by.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. The time just before 7 o'clock. Let's quickly take a look at the headlines of the news. On the national news front, the Reserve Bank's Monetary Policy Committee has decided to increase the interest rates by 75 basis points in line with market expectations with effect from today. Now, this takes the repurchase rate to 6.25 and the bank's prime lending rate to 9.75%. The bank has raised the repurchase rate for the 6th successive time since November last year. Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago said the upside risk to the inflation outlook on the back of rising fuel, food and emergency prices was among the reasons behind the bank's latest decision. Now, the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy, Gwede Mantashe, says the government will increasingly commit its support to renewable energy projects. Yesterday morning in Centurion in Gauteng, the minister signed an agreement with 3 wind energy suppliers. This as part of the government's effort to cope with the increasing power crisis in South Africa. The agreement will create more than 2,000 jobs during the construction phase, and Mantashe said, however, that the government would not scale back on coal-fired power stations. Making international news headlines this morning, the US is taking very seriously Vladimir Putin's veiled threats to use nuclear weapons to defend areas in Ukraine, a top White House official has said. Now, National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said the US was not changing its strategic deterrent posture. On Wednesday, Russia's leader warned that his country would use all the means at its disposal to protect its territory. Kirby said, quote, "It's a dangerous precedent for President Putin to be using this kind of rhetoric in the context of a war that he's clearly losing inside Ukraine." In other news, Uganda's health ministry has confirmed 6 new Ebola cases. They were reported in the central district of Mubende, where a 24-year-old man was confirmed dead on Tuesday after showing symptoms of the disease. Now, authorities are investigating whether 7 other deaths, including that of a 1-year-old girl, were due to Ebola. This is the 3rd outbreak of the Ebola Sudan strain in Uganda. Experts say that the Ebola Sudan strain historically has lower levels of transmission, infections and deaths compared to the Ebola Zaire strain. And finally, a mom in Florida in the United States has shared a heartwarming video of her blind son seeing a firefighter for the first time by using his hands, arms and feet. Now, Destiny Fiachetti's video is of her son, 6-year-old Junie, after he visited a fire station with the rest of his classmates. Now, in the video, a firefighter wearing his suit sits patiently as the boy explores his uniform and gear by touching his mask, his helmet and his gloves. Now, as he touches each piece of equipment, the firefighter explains what it is and how it functions. Fiachetti says that the first thought when people see or hear of blindness should not be, "Oh, that's so sad." She says life is beautiful from a blind person's perspective too, and it's just different than what it is for someone who can see. Fiachetti adopted Junie in September of 2020 after fostering him from 16 months, and she says he has never let his blindness slow him down, not even for 1 second. Well, on that very heartwarming note, that's it for the news at 7 o'clock. Let's take another quick look at what's happening in the world of sports. Here's Carl.
Thanks, Kat. Let's take a peek at that sporting action for you. And you know the one that you've been waiting for tomorrow. Argentina have made 2 changes to their starting lineup and 3 to the bench for a Rugby Championship final round match against South Africa in Durban tomorrow. Now, centre Matias Moroni and veteran wing Juan Imhoff have been promoted after the Pumas lost 36-20 to the world champion Springboks in Buenos Aires last Saturday. Moroni replaces Matias Orlando and Imhoff takes over from Lucio Cinti as Argentina seek to end a run of 2 successive losses in the Southern Hemisphere Championship. Now over to football. Olivier Giroud made a history, of course, as France worked hard to overcome a stubborn Austria side 2-1 in Paris. And Kylian Mbappe danced past 3 Austria defenders, as he does, before rifling a powerful effort past Patrick Pence to give the hosts the lead. Then Giroud then doubled the advantage with a glancing header from Antoine Griezmann's cross to make him the oldest goal scorer for the French national team at 35 years and 357 days. What a stat. Now, Wales have been relegated relegated from League A after Kevin De Bruyne inspired Belgium brushed the team aside 2-1. And the Man City midfielder placed a first-time shot into the bottom corner before assisting Michi Batshuayi. Cody Gakpo and Steven Bergwijn were on target as the Netherlands overcame Poland 2-0. On to cricket, Babar Azam hit 110 not out, and Mohammad Rizwan an unbeaten 88 as Pakistan pulled off a remarkable 10-wicket victory over England to level the sides' T20 series at 1-1. Now chasing 200, Pakistan's opening pair produced a batting masterclass in Karachi to seal the win with 3 balls to spare. Babar reached a sublime century from 62 balls, while Rizwan hit 4 sixes in a whirlwind 51-ball knock. It meant Pakistan set a new record for the highest chase in all men's T20s without losing a wicket. And on to tennis, Roger Federer's final match will see him play alongside old rival Rafael Nadal in the Laver Cup doubles on Friday, and the pair will represent Team Europe against Team World's Jack Sock and Francis Tiafoe at London's O2 Arena. The 41-year-old Swiss said it would be wonderful to play alongside Spaniard Nadal, who's 36, who has 22 major titles. Nadal said he was looking forward to an unforgettable match with his rival against the American duo. That's a wrap-up of your sport. Another update for you coming up very, very soon. But of course, let's take a peek at the traffic. Uncle Tabzi Wabzi is standing by.
Wobbling on to give you first a look at your traffic. We start off in Pietermaritzburg, Mungalapo, Emaritzburg, KZN, Tuasconistelega as Lapo in Joe Settlement out in Pietermaritzburg. So please do avoid the area as there is protest action there during this time, and try and find an alternative traveling route this morning. Staying in Pietermaritzburg, KZN, there is ongoing roadworks on the N3 eastbound. That's before the Market Road interchange, and the left lane is closed, so please drive carefully. In Cape Town, Belleville, there is congestion that's on the R300 northbound at the N1 inbound ramp, and you can expect delays, so please do add extra travel time on your journey this morning. That's where we leave it for now. The next update just after 8 o'clock. Let's take a look at your weather. In a move that sets a new precedent for corporate leadership in the age of climate change, billionaire founder of sportswear brand Patagonia, 83-year-old Vaughan Chernard, is giving away his entire company to fight the climate crisis and safeguard nature. Earth is now our only shareholder, he says, and adds, if we have any hope of a thriving planet, much less a business, it's going to take all of us doing what we can with the resources we have. Before founding Patagonia in 1973, Chernard was a rock climber in California who, reports say, slept in his vehicle, and he still doesn't own a cell phone or a computer today. All of Patagonia's voting stock, which represents 2% of the total, as well as all of the decision-making power of the company, moves into a trust to preserve the company's purpose and values. Now, Vaughan has donated all of the remainder of the company's non-voting stock to a non-profit, the Holdfast Collective, which is dedicated to protecting nature and combating the ecological crisis. I love it. I love people stepping up to the challenge and really making sure that they are doing something about it. Now we move from climate news. We take another look at how you start your morning with your sunrise views. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. Starting us off, we have Pierre Fissachi out in Elysium, showing off early morning views of subtle shades over the ocean while enjoying some fresh air from his back garden. It's beautiful, so peaceful. Thank you for that. Andre and Monet also came in with their beautiful picture, a magical view from their home out in Basley Beach, KZN. Such a beautiful sunrise view of the bold sun rising up over the deep blue sea. Just look at those colors. They all just come together so nicely. Love it. Ridwan Hassan coming in with this view of the sun peeking through the tall buildings while enjoying a tasteful takeaway cup of coffee out in Dubai International. Come on now. Last up for this update, we have Owetu in Potchefstroom, who captured this magnificent view from her apartment. Oh man, looks like something out of a wallpaper. We can see that Owetu is watching the palm trees sway in the wind with breathtaking views of the waves crashing up against the shoreline. It's beautiful. What a perfect way to start your Friday. Thank you so much for sharing with us. But you can also still share for the 8 o'clock update. Please WhatsApp them to us on 063 408 8863. Let's take a look at your temperatures to set you up for the day. Polokwane, we start off with you. 15 is your minimum today. Your maximum temperature is 29 degrees. If you're out in Mbombela, sunny times are expected out there today. 18 and 31, with the capital city, Pretoria, coming in at a low of 16, reaching highs of 28. For Johannesburg, sunny times today, 14 and 26, with Mahikeng at 17 and 31. Klerksdorp 13 and a maximum of 32, with a slightly cooler start for Kimberley today, 12. That's your minimum. You will reach a maximum of 30 degrees. Bloemfontein 9 and 28, with Richards Bay starting off at 17, peaking at highs of 26 degrees. Pietermaritzburg 12 is your minimum and your maximum 26, with Durban the warmest place to be, a start of 18, and you will reach highs of 22 today. Some sun and rain are expected out in Mthatha today, 11 and 21. Rainy times for East London as well. 13, that's your low, your highs 19. Craddock, sun and clouds, 6, your low, you will reach highs of 24. Gqeberha, GQ baby, 13 and 18, with George in at 8 and a maximum of 14. A cloudy day out there today. Cape Town, sun and clouds, 9, that's the start. You will reach highs of 16, with sun and clouds still expected out in Worcester today, 18. Sutherland 3 and 17. Uppington, sunny times. Your start is 9 and your maximum is 28 degrees today. Well, listen, it's all different across the country, but the one thing we're all going to do on this beautiful Friday is make it feel good. Yes, oh, so good.
So good. I felt that.
Especially when you call it GQ, baby.
GQ, baby.
I wonder when Uncle Tubsy Wubsy says that, does everyone in Gqeberha go, yeah,
that's it.
GQ, baby?
Especially when he enters, enters GQ. Uncle Tubsy Wubsy is here. Pa, 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 it happens.
The unofficial mayor. GQ, baby. All right, listen, we're gearing up for the weekend, and perhaps you haven't made plans yet. If you haven't, here's another show that you can catch. We spoke about it last week. Fathers Matter. It's a Heartlines initiative to promote the positive and active presence of fathers in children's lives. Now, at the center of the project is the Heartlines Fathers Matter series. It's a 6-part anthology of films set in various contexts around South Africa. And after a poignant pilot last week expressing the importance of a father's presence during the first 1,000 days of a child's life, we now move on to episode 2, which is titled In Time.
This is a stunning, stunning opportunity to take a look at something that is, it's really something to focus on. In fact, let me give you a little idea of episode 2. Now, Lerumo is a gold miner who works far away from his daughter, Bokamoso. But he is a loving father who spares nothing to show up for his child. When Bokamoso is offered an opportunity to race for an athletic scholarship, he is determined to do anything he can to be on the sidelines, cheering her on. Now, many obstacles threaten to throw him off track, but can he make it in time? That is the big question. That's the taste bud tantalizer for what is going to be a powerful, powerful show.
I especially love the symbolism behind the names, right, of the characters, where Lerumo is like, it's a spear, Bokamoso, the future. So it's like, hurling a spear into the future, and with the metaphor of racing.
That's amazing.
That's absolutely stunning. So be sure not to miss Heartlines In Time. That is airing on the 24th of September at 8:30 p.m. on SABC2. And you can share in the magic and tune into SABC daily for an endless stream of content that builds the nation.
But also we know that our nation is built on music and the love of music, because we know how to celebrate each other, celebrate love, celebrate life through music. And that's why we're back this time around in studio with one of the most well-known musicians in the industry. It's Karen Kokye, alongside musician Chris Shanda, who has also been doing such incredible work at Trailblazer, joining us to perform a duet. This one is Tell Him by Celine Dion and Barbara Streisand, a classic. Ladies, do it, do it, do it.
Tremble when I speak. gender, only time you will see. 'Cause who I love it, then show it. Oh, the much I can be sure. Holding close to you, I don't think I could enjoy if I let him walk away when I have so much to say. Tell him that the sun and moon rising, his eyes reach up to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. I hold him close to feel his heartbeat, and love will be the gift you give yourself. Oh, love is like the surely glows in the hearts of those who knows. It's a steady flame that rolls. Keep the fire with all your passion, and you can show tonight lovers. That cannot erase your faith will lead along where it has today. Tell him that the sun and moon rising, his eyes reach up to him and whisper tender words so soft and sweet. I hold him close to feel his heartbeat, and love will be the gift you give yourself. Never letting go.
Ladies. Those voices, those rich, powerful voices, I'm sure they have filled your entire home up, and that's why you are the queens that you are. What did you think of this song and the performance? The voices, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, of course, the Overberg Got Talent show is happening this weekend, and this is who is judging the talent out there. Hopefully that sets the tone for what's going to be happening on the show. But we'll see you in just a bit.
There are those who care for others, ask for nothing in return, but may need some care themselves. If you feel that someone in your community deserves some recognition for all they do, then Panado cannot wait to hear from you. Simply reply to the Afternoon Express Facebook, Instagram and Twitter pages and tell us who they are, what they do for the community and why they should receive some care with the hashtag PanadoSA and the hashtag A Dose of Care. They can stand a chance of winning a dose of care to the value of 5,000 Rand from Panado. Afternoon Express will then add another 5,000 Rand towards the charity or nominee of choice, so they too can share in some care. Don't miss the Panado hashtag A Dose of Care competition running from the 1st of August 2022 right through to the 5th of October 2022 right here on Afternoon Express. T's and C's apply.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This individual over here, I've missed him. He is the person that'll give you exactly what you need to know about the movies releasing today. He is basically a walking trailer. He doesn't live in one, but he will tell you a bit more about the movie. Debbie Sebastian, what an honor and a pleasure to have you here because you got 3 movies.
You just want to write
today.
my memoir.
I do want to.
How about I join the WWE and you announce me?
I would love to be that guy.
I'll be the Undertaker and you can be my...
Yes. Oh, I could do that. But okay, let's go to the movies.
Directors say talk about the movies.
Yes, I know. But just
pro wrestling
no fun today, clearly. Anyway, let's get to the business of the movies. Right. Let's start off. Ticket to Paradise.
Yeah, first time that we saw these two together. It surprises people. Like, you feel like they
Ocean's 11.
Yeah. That's correct.
She was Tess Ocean, and he is Danny Ocean.
Oh, no. It's so dumb that the name is Ocean. Even though I love that movie. No, Steven Soderbergh is amazing. Loved it. And obviously the chemistry there was amazing too. But it feels like they have been together for much prior to that. But still, that's like 20... No, that's not 20 years. It's 20 years since Julia Roberts has done a rom-com. So this is a big return, I suppose.
What is the last one?
Good question.
My best friend's wedding, or
I
Notting
don't know,
Hill,
but like, good grief. This goes back to obviously Pretty Woman. It makes you wonder, where's Richard Gere? Like, is he even on that plane? Like, is he involved in this? Did he get a ticket to Paradise? Where is Richard Gere? That's another question for another day. George Clooney, Julia Roberts. The story being is that instead of being 2 lovebirds, and sparks flying and romance or whatever, it seems like it's obviously a clever bent here that they're a divorced couple. They hate each other. They're at each other's throats. I think that this is a dynamic that we've seen a couple of times before. Even here in South Africa, we had Keeping Up with the Kandasamis, where they were trying to break up the children's marriage type situation. And here, they feel like they don't want their daughter to make the same mistake. She's fallen into a whirlwind romance with the dude, and he seems like a nice enough guy who they're seeing there, but throughout, George Clooney and Julia Roberts seem to be trying to sabotage. But obviously, the game of sabotaging the relationship draws them closer together, and sparks refly between the Fly Bunch and your faves, George Clooney and Julia Roberts. Shame, she's... No, why do I say shame? She's like plenty richer than me. She doesn't live in like a trailer like I do. Such a naturalistic kind of like character, and George Clooney, he's got this instinct, people forget, for comedy himself. Whether it was Burn After Reading, whether it was Hail Caesar, etc., etc. So yeah, he brings apparently a super amount of goofiness. So he's not like super slick and suave and whatever, but whatever, find out for yourself coming out today in South Africa.
I think it's going to be phenomenal. Honestly, I love those two in a movie together as well. There's good energy, good chemistry, and it looks like a big trip of fun. In fact, talking about big trip of fun, let's go to another movie, an animated movie. I love these. I'm a passionate animated supporter.
Let's see.
And I look at this one. You know what I love? I love the panda. The panda, I've seen the panda.
The panda looks nonplussed, like he wants the bunny to die.
That's the thing. And the thing about the panda in this movie, I feel like people for Halloween have been dressing up as this panda.
It looks like a balaclava, doesn't it? It's a problem with the animation in this, as far as I'm concerned. That bunny's lats, by the way, like he's holding... Okay, let's talk about the movie. Sorry,
Yes, please, focus on the movie.
The Big Trip, clearly about drugs. No, it's not.
No.
Not about tripping. I'm being silly. It's a kid's animation. It's one, I think, primarily maybe for your littlest toddlers.
Okay.
Not necessarily for like over, let's say, 8 or whatever. I just mean humor-wise. Maybe it won't be for them. Maybe it will be for them. You decide for yourselves as a parent. Maybe I can help you out. But the story being is that this follows up from a previous movie where a similar thing happened. So now a bunny, a bear, and movie was the baby in the situation. This time there's a new baby on board, and this odd couple, this odd group, this strange ad hoc family have to try and get this baby that is lost by the storks to the family it belongs to.
Yes.
So it's very similar to Ice Age. You know, the mammoth, you've got Sid the Sloth, who's the bunny in this situation. You've got a literal tiger in this movie too. But guys, like, there've got to be other... like, it doesn't look bad, right? But like, George, Spanky, guys. Like, Toy Story's from 1995. That's all I have to say. Like Toy Story 1, and it looks remarkable. Shame, and in these kinds of animations, because look, it's not like a major studio or anything like that, but you can see someone broke their butt making that blimp look good. And then the bunny person was just like, I don't care, it doesn't have to obey physics. I mean, like, it could look edible, it could not, who knows. It could look like dead droids for all I care. The panda looks like it's a robber in a balaclava because it doesn't have a skeleton underneath it.
That's what I was going to say. It looks
exactly.
It looks like they animated this thing like a guy in a suit, but it's fine. But it looks like fun.
We're being very polite. Look, bright colors, propulsive, like roller coasters, all that kind of stuff. Kids appreciate it. Look, if it's moving fast enough, maybe it will capture their imagination enough. Big Trip 2, out today 2, special delivery.
All right, so Ticket to Paradise, Big Trip 2, and now we've got a movie that's re-releasing in the eve of the Way of Water.
It's the Call Show.
December, Avatar. is out in IMAX 3D. And I am freaking out because this is one of the triumphs. The only movie to beat Avengers Endgame. It was actually a bit of a...
Go for it. Set yourself free. I'm just going to sit back.
No. I just think it's wonderful. And I think it's a movie that will capture your mind. And I think it's a movie that also plays on a lot of history. A lot of history all over. When any sort of colonialist entered a country and took the resources, there was a natural, harmonious tribe that was there. And I think watching them play out in this particular movie was an absolute triumph. And I watch it again and again.
For younger audiences to try and bring in that historical account, it's not a bad entry point. But look, you got major names. You got Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana. You got, James Cameron returning, the guy who did Titanic, the guy who did Terminator, the guy who did Aliens. You've only got 2 weeks, South Africa, on IMAX. One of the biggest screens possible, and probably the way it should have been enjoyed in the first place. Get lucky this weekend, maybe go and see Avatar. It's total escapist fun, but at the same time, like you said, there was this interest in historical account and bent to it. Bright, lush colors, beautiful walls. James Cameron is one of the most audacious human beings. He was like, I will build a boat for Titanic. And then this just like imagines a world that doesn't exist there, but pretty similar to stuff like Pocahontas, etc., and like you say, colonial history, etc. Out today in South Africa. Who cares about all that? Go see it on the biggest screen you can.
3 movies. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks to JP Sebastian. And go to the movies and go support Avatar this weekend.
Thank you very much, JP Sebastian, for that. I see you. Thank you. Now, we're seeing heritage. We're seeing Hewlett's coming to the stage. We know that Hewlett's is proudly South African and grown with kindness so that it tastes even sweeter. I love the story behind that. Now, for Heritage Month, they're celebrating not only the sweetness of the sugar, but the bakers and the cooks who make delicious dishes with kindness. And there are so many of them. Today, we get to make one of my personal favorite beverages, gemere, also known as ginger beer. We love it. We love gemere. We know that gemere is the perfect way to catch up with, your loved ones or end off a delicious meal, end off the year, end off a milestone, whatever it is. Its refreshing flavor definitely has everyone fighting
for that last sip.
For that very last sip. And then, so when I heard that Hewlett's was going to do something cool with us here on the show, I had to call you, Chef Mlindos, and I said, Mlindos, you have to help us make gemmer, but also make it with sweetness, make it with kindness, and elevate it.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing.
Yes, ginger beer. I love it. Like, you can have it on a sunny day with those still scones, with those gingerbread. Oh, my God. So, first thing first, we're going to start with the sugar. We have our ingredients here.
Hey.
We have tartaric acid, we have cream of tart, we have ginger powder, we have our pineapple there, and then we have our water, and obviously, yes, our Hewlett sugar. So what I'm going to do is to put the stove on.
And we do know that Hewlett's has a whole range of sugars, but I do find, in my experience at least, when we've had many family occasions and I've had to make gemere, the Hewlett's white sugar has certainly been the one that, the refined sugar, because you want it to be fine as well. We know that Hewlett's is a high-quality brand that delivers on its promise all the time, without fail.
Definitely.
Its small sugar crystals, they really dissolve quickly, which is something that you really do want to get when you make this recipe, giving you, that instant sweetness. It doesn't take a while to sort of seep in, but also at the same time ensuring that there's no wastage, something to really pay attention to. What are we doing there?
So now I just pour water in my pot, and then I'm following with Hewlett sugar.
And it's dissolving fast.
Yes, it's dissolving fast. Those crystals, they dissolve fast. And then you stir until, you don't want this to boil. Then I'll stir until everything is melted. And then you're gonna follow with your tartaric acid.
And it's only possible to make it with the flair and the, I don't know if I can call it the je ne sais quoi, with which you are making it. Typically, when we make gemere for those family occasions, I mean, the pots are Gaza, Ganga, they're massive pots. Deep, like the last number of pots, basically, because you are literally serving this to the entire community. And that's the whole thing about it, is that these, proudly South African heritage dishes are really all about, that's it, all about sharing and coming together.
Brings people together, your loved ones. Now I'm adding my ginger powder here for flavor. And then you keep on stirring until it starts simmering. And then you switch the stove off. And then obviously after that, you let it cool. You keep it away for like maybe 2 hours. doors, you open it so because you want the guests, you don't want to keep the guests inside.
The thing is, it's already going to start smelling so good even during that 2-hour period that you are letting it rest for. The best thing to do is to make sure that you hire a security company to look out for anybody trying to bring their jug there, because it will happen. Trust me, it smells so good. It just is so inviting. Now, to get this very delicious khemer recipe, go on to expressoshow.com and you'll see exactly how we get to our final product. Now, here's another bit of exciting news. You stand the chance to win a Hewlett hamper valued at 1,500 Rand, and all you have to do to stand a chance to win is to head on over to our social media pages and answer the competition post. All right? Here's the question. What dish celebrates your heritage? Don't forget to include #MadeWithKindness and enjoy more heritage recipes from Hewlett's by going onto their newsletter, which you can find on their website. And maybe download while you're there. Download the Heritage Recipe book. It is such an inspiring book. Their website is hewlettssugar.co.za. All of the information is there. But that's what our khemer looks like. There's no way that we've made khemer and I'm not heading over this side. Best served
I've never tested it before. I'm just being honest. So today is the day that the Lord has
there you
made.
go. There you go.
I will rejoice.
Rejoice, and grab yourself a biscuit because it goes nicely.
Oh my gosh, it's like I feel rejuvenated.
Right, and it feels and tastes like home. Go on to expressoshow.com for the recipe. Well done, chef. Thank you.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's been a fantastic Friday thus far. Hope you're enjoying it, Mr. Waste.
It is amazing, the voices, and there's more to come.
Absolutely.
That's all we can say, that there's more to come when it comes to voices. But of course, we have the action that is the Tropica Island of Treasure. Another episode 2. It's not to be missed. In fact, it's going to be tomorrow evening at about 6:30 p.m.
Absolutely. It's the all-star season this time round. 8 celebrities from previous seasons return to the beach to play for the biggest prize in the show's history, a shared, smooth 1 million rand plus 250,000 rand for each team member. This from Suzuki. And then to top things off, Play.coza will be rewarding the runners-up with a mega mystery prize.
I want to know what that is, but I'm going to have to wait like you. So this episode, let me give you a little scene set. It'll start with a little partner pick ceremony, which is quite important. And then we see the powerful effect of Tropica's new long life charm advantages that you need to get in with and actually understand.
Absolutely. Now, a 9th team joins the lineup in a Tropica Island of Treasure first. Then, in their newly formed teams, our contestants play in their first team challenge and take part in their first long life ceremony, which then sends 4 teams into the elimination.
1 team will be going home in this episode of Tropica Island of Treasure. Tune in to find out who it will be.
Yeah, you two at home will stand a chance of winning incredible smooth prizes when you watch on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. All you need to do is to spot the golden Tropica bottles that are placed all throughout the show and then tweet where you spot them using #Tropica.
Don't forget, follow @MyTropica on socials for the action and more info on how you can win big. And I'm talking about big, real big.
Absolutely. Don't miss the smooth action tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. on S3.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars, our celebs get to pick their partners, but with a twist that's never been seen on the show before.
Oh, no way. Did you mess up my game?
New long life charm advantages turn the game on its head, and in their newly formed duos, they fight to stay out of elimination. Who will be the first to go?
Saturday at 6:30, repeat Monday night at 9 on S3.
Oh, and we've got a special young man in the house this morning, ready to perform for us, all right? His first time on Expresso, his first time performing on a TV show. He's also the winner of Overberg's Got Talent. Ladies and gents, put it together. Here's Jaden Ottendorf with Don't You Remember by Adele. Take it away.
With no goodbye, not a single word was said. No final kiss to seal innocence. I had no idea of the state we were in, but I know I have a fickle heart and a bitterness. But don't you remember? Don't you remember? The reason you left me before? Baby, please remember me some more. When was the last time you thought of me? Or if you completely from your memory? I often think about where I went wrong. The more I do, but don't you remember? Don't you remember? The reason you left me before? Baby, please remember. distant so you would be free. And hope you find the missing piece to bring you back to me. Why don't you remember? Don't you remember the reason you left me before? Diana, please remember me once
Ah, come on. This is your moment, Jaden. Well done. This is beautiful. Congratulations on winning the competition. Predarsdorp. This is the very best of Predarsdorp. Stand up. This is your moment. Well done. Put it here, man. This is testament of what can be done when young people are given the platform, they're given the stage to express and to come alive with all of their talents. We'll see you in just a bit. You.
What do you want to play?
The people we love are the ones that need us most. They'll always need a place to call home and opportunities to build their future.
Daddy, come.
That's why I took out life insurance from Old Mutual, so he'll always get what he needs, even if I'm not there.
Get 5 million Rand life insurance for only 509 Rand per month. Speak to your advisor and help your family get ahead of life.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Friday morning leading up to a weekend, and I hope that you've made plans to celebrate Heritage Day and have all kinds of entertainment come your way. In case you haven't done that part of the job, don't worry, JP Sebastian's in the house. We're taking a look at a movie that he has quite a heated opinion on. Is it fair for me to say that?
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's preceded by a lot of drama, dude. Stuff went
on
down.
social media, right?
No, not just social media. I mean, I summarize it to that, but I'm not going to get into the gossip now. You guys can look it up for yourselves, but it is juicy.
Okay, it's called Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, as far as JP's concerned, it's Don't Bother, but...
Whoa! Half a popcorn loading? We don't know. Okay.
Let's dig into it first. Let a clip speak for itself. So I love the haircut of Florence Pugh, and Harry Styles is a singer.
Harry Styles, man. Okay,
let's
cool.
Have a look at a scene from Don't Worry, Darling, coming out today.
You can tell me. I'm really discreet. I can keep
gonna
a
be
secret.
late.
No, wait. You can't leave.
Why not?
Because you're not feeling well.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you, but you're not feeling very well. And the only way to cure it is if we stay home all day and I tend to you and kiss you and cook for you. No.
Bye.
Good.
Jack, wait! Back, make us proud.
I'm coming home, baby, now.
I'm coming home now right away. I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm sorry now I ever went away. Coming home, baby, now.
You know I'm waiting here for you.
I'm coming home now real soon.
You've been gone.
Coming home, baby, now.
You don't know what I'm going through.
I'm coming home, I know I'm overdue.
I mean, that kind of looked like they were about to all burst into song. It's like all park their cars and I'm having a great day.
La La Land, like
you know, kind of thing. Happy. So wait, what's going on? Give me the story
Obviously
summary.
not everyone is
We've
totally
got
happy.
yeah, Florence Pugh, Harry Styles in that scene.
Olivia Wilde is in there too,
Wilde.
who's the director of this, previously directed Booksmart, which people love dearly. JP did not, whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't Worry, Darling, however, is the story about, as you can see, it's a totally white picket fence, perfect life that she's got. Right. I don't know why anyone would want this without being suspicious. Wait, there's got to be catches, right? There's got to be hang-ups.
What did I sign?
Exactly. And so it did seem like they signed away their lives to the fact that her husband works for a secret organization, possibly for the government, it seems. They live in a town called Victory, which is sinister enough in the 50s under this, circumstances of Cold War and whatever. He might be working on something like the Manhattan Project, nuclear secrets and all that kind of stuff, but the wife is not allowed to know, and no one is allowed to know because it's top secret, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So it's all roses and white picket fences, like I said. It's the perfect suburban life until the cracks start to show in the surface, and she starts to wonder, am I hallucinating things, because she starts seeing weird stuff going on. She finds another wife, a friend in the neighborhood who also starts having these hallucinations and saying none of this is real. Something is going on.
Wow.
So there's a sense of The Truman Show.
Okay,
There's a sense of, people might remember Pleasantville, Stepford Wives, a bit you could say of The Matrix, which you have like this possible double world going on. Is this all happening in her head? Is this all some sort of a secret game? But she starts to find her suspicions. And obviously then you're going to find similarities with even Get Out. You're going to find similarities with, and so it's starting to get you start to wonder, wait, is this just theft of ideas? It's not, though. It's, look, JP, to be fair, it's not. Black Swan, etc., etc. Now let's get into Gemma Chan, by the way. Let's get into the movie a bit deeper about what JP thought about, why he thought what. Sorry, a bit of a slip of the tongue.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, moving on.
We were still fascinated by the visuals and
the visuals are fascinating, yes,
yeah, exactly.
they totally are. Because obviously all this has to do with possibly, is someone vickling you, is someone getting into your mind, is someone hypnotizing you, etc., etc. So there are good, bright touches here and there. But she starts to have these suspicions, and it's weird that the character doesn't like go, oh, she walks away from the scene that you're seeing here with the eggs, by the way, with like, oh, well, let me just carry on about life.
Yeah, because like this is what it's supposed to be,
and immediately, like you'd think that the perfection of your life would already put you on guard. Like you said, where do I sign?
Yes.
What's on the dotted line? What was the fine print, etc., etc. But nothing feels sort of organic about her suspicions. Now she grows. Florence Pugh is an amazing actress, and we merely live in the world that is made for Florence Pugh. She's so great at what she does.
You are so fascinated by her. I love it.
Midsommar was amazing.
Oh, really?
You really do have to see.
I've only seen
she knocks it out the park. Not even formally trained as an actress, but she does her best here with writing that is not great. It is uneven, and it's not as clever as it thinks at times. It looks like it's... Man, like I said, there's bits and pieces of all sorts of other horrors that you have seen in the past, but it's a bit disjointed when it tries to get to its thesis. Why is any of this happening? What is the twist? And when the twist comes, it's sort of like unsatisfying.
Okay.
It's hard to talk about this without giving away, important touch points and all this kind of stuff, but unfortunately, the strongest point about this is Florence Pugh, and she gets given a character who doesn't grow in a way that, if you're watching another mystery, like, say, Midsommar, or you're watching Hereditary, you're watching people start to tease out and start to become their own little personal detective.
Yes.
You start to link dots and draw clues or whatever.
That to you.
But none of these scenes sort of follow each other in a way that feels like a person organically trying to unpack the truth. So it almost reads like the director's portfolio in a way, but it's not necessarily like coherent and as
Does it make the character kind of seem like a little helpless pawn who's just been pushed around with agency?
Yeah, not entirely that, but I think you're going in a strong direction there as a good description of why, like I said, it doesn't feel like a person is sensibly, or Florence Pugh's character is like sensibly teasing out what the heck is going there, or it's all harsh right turns and harsh, like...
Yeah. I kind of get that.
Oh, man,
I kind of get that.
But yeah, it doesn't satisfy to the extent that something like Get Out or anything that Jordan Peele has done, where you do see that coherent Daniel Kaluuya starting to, you know,
like
wonder and start to build his own and see if he can play against and act against his own enemy, etc., and all that kind of business. JP's over talking here. Let's look at another scene. I think most of the sales point of this movie is Harry Styles. He's mostly just a billboard because he's a pretty face, and I think a lot of people are fans of him. And
that's
people,
harsh.
No, look, I'm not saying he's a terrible actor, but it's Florence Pugh who holds the torch in this movie.
Do you have
There's
another clip for us?
sexy suburban scene between Florence Pugh and Harry Styles. Maybe
You said Florence Pugh so many times. Let's take it.
I'm in love, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm making that roast, you know, the one you made for my birthday. With a few changes.
I was here when you got here?
Yeah, sleep in the bedroom. You put carrots in a roast?
How did it get home?
Troy, I think.
Wait, so he came out and got me?
What are you talking about?
Jack, I got off the trolley. I saw a plane crash.
I think I would have heard if there was a plane crash.
No,
It tends
Jack,
to be rather
I saw
loud.
it and I
Hard to
started
miss.
walking and...
Hey. You okay?
No, I
What's
don't know. I'm not... I had a really weird dream. A really weird dream.
I'm sorry. Do you know what weird dreams make me?
What?
Hungry. Would you like some carrot?
Yes.
Is that a nurturing lover?
I don't know, was that comedic relief like, in that moment of like, in this intense moment, it's like, hey, darling, here's a carrot. What?
Here's
What are
looking
we
at you.
doing?
Get your nutrients.
Okay.
Okay, so I got into a good example of how I see sort of the problems with this. Another good movie that I highly recommend, if you've seen Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I have not seen it.
Dude, you have to. So again, now you're talking about a movie that better introduces the architecture of layers.
Okay.
Better introduces the architecture of players. And by that I mean different people going, you're being lied to. Different people going, you're not being lied to. Who's your enemy? Who's the foe and whatever? And so the network, the whole conspiracy, the web of lies and deceits is so much better built in stuff like Shutter Island. It's so much better built in stuff like Get Out, etc., etc.
Okay.
So that you need, like, Katlego to start to feel like he's been lied to, that he's been seduced, that he's been pulled down this corridor, and this movie doesn't hit those important markers in the same way that other greater movies have in the past.
Well, I guess
it sounds like I'm totally ragging it, but look, it's pretty enough to look at. It's well acted by Florence Pugh, but unfortunately, it's 5 out of 10 is the best I can give this movie.
Wow, 5 out of 10. I feel like each one of those 5 popcorns are all dedicated to Florence Pugh.
it's the syllables in her name, isn't it? No, dude.
JP, thanks a lot, man. Always appreciate your candor. If this movie is worth your popcorn, maybe check it out. You might have a different opinion of it. Let us know.
Don't worry, darling. I've got something for you. There is nothing that's more traditional South African than vetkoek. Freshly fried and filled with curried mince, vetkoek has been made for the perfect South African occasion. SA street food can't be anything without it, and I think it's safe to say that this week's Golden Cloud High Tea is going to be one for the books. And we've got Chef Linda, who's going to guide us all the way through, because we've got to get the mince right, we've got to get the dough right, we've got to get everything right. That's why I called you
perfect. Yes.
This is so we want to honor our heritage. We want to make sure that we do it be as authentic as we can. But the great thing about heritage is that you have a different spin to what I would.
Yes.
But we can share that with our other generations and people around us.
Exactly. So let's just get started straight.
All right.
So there you have your premix, dombolo, bread, flour mix, everything is there. All you have is flour, is yeast, and then you have your sugar.
Perfect.
Okay, you can start with your flour. Like half a cup, 1 cup is fine. Then follow with your yeast and sugar, and then open your well, and then you pour water, and then you mix.
Lovely.
Then you'll have
I like
your
that. Was just the way you did that. That was great. Okay, you're going to continue with your mince over there, and I can tell you that if you've struggled making vetkoek or you've been too afraid to try it, I feel like you need to try this, okay? It's the golden 3-in-1 mix. It makes it super easy, and all you need to do is add 3 ingredients to the mix, as mentioned, and you're on your way to a delicious vetkoek. Simple as that. Exactly. And you know what? You can also, when people come over, they're like, oh, did you make this yourself? Of course you did. Yeah. Obviously with the help of Golden Cloud, but this still works, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so yeast and sugar love each other, so they all go in together.
Then you open your well.
And then the well...
You can add more flour.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then I'm already here. I've started sauteing my onions, my garlic, and then I've added my chili flakes. And then I'm going to add my garam masala for more flavor, and then add turmeric powder, curry powder, sorry. And then
very nice.
Stir until everything is translucent and sauteed the way I want it.
And you know, I love my chili. I'm not sure if you are also a chili fan.
I am. I love
chili,
everything spicy.
I love the spiciness.
And then now I'm following by adding my mince.
All right, perfect.
Okay. You brown this. When you're doing bolognese or mince for magunya, you must make sure that the mince brown for more flavor.
Yeah.
Before you add your tomato puree. When the mince is properly browned and all the flavors from that browning of the mince are amazing. Okay, that, mix well from the sides, like you are folding.
Yes.
You know when you are baking, and then you take all the dough from the sides, going to the center. Yes, perfect.
All right.
Okay, your oil is getting hot. And then you can start doing the balls. You can start, dust your hands first so that the dough doesn't stick on your hands.
Oh, I love this. This is so much fun. And that's the great thing about, us just kind of doing this together.
Yeah.
You got to get your hands in there.
Dirty.
You got to get dirty.
That's enough. That's enough.
You got to enjoy.
You're really having fun.
Yeah, I love it. I'm having fun, Chef Linda, with you.
Okay, and then you start doing like small balls.
Okay.
And then we're going to fry them like into 4.
Look at that.
Yeah, but you don't gonna roll all of that.
That is beautiful.
Two fat cooks can come from that dough.
Two from here?
Yes.
Well, let's see if we can do it.
And then while you are doing that, also, we're gonna carry on with our tea.
Yeah.
So let me put the stove on.
That mince is smelling so good at the moment.
Really, the aroma is so amazing. So with tea, you just pour water in the pot or your saucepan, all of it. And then you're going to let it boil, but before that, and then you add tea bags.
All right.
And then when it boils, and then you let it cool down before you add the mango juice.
The mango juice?
Yes,
so
and then you let it
unique,
sit so that all the tea bags and the water, they just amalgamate, they collaborate.
Amalgamate and collaborate. Now tell me about the mango juice. What if you don't have mango juice, are there any alternatives? That's the...
Yes, I think for myself, my alternative, I can use apple juice for myself, because it's icy. And then obviously, when you're pouring it, you're going to have your glass with half ice inside, and then you pour your juice, and then you pour the cold, because it's rested, it's cold. You don't want to pour hot iced tea into the glass with ice because it's going to break,
that makes sense. Of course, come on, the science always works for me.
Okay, those are your balls.
Yes, there we go.
Okay, let's take this one. Okay, come with that one. That one is a bit huge.
Our oil is hot. We are heritage. It's big and beautiful.
And you don't want to add your balls into a cold oil because it's going to be soggy.
Yes, you don't want that.
Okay, know what I mean.
So you go for it?
Perfect.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Do you want to mold it?
I will mold it a bit more. So you want it nice and round. I like that.
Yes. And then you let it cook until it's nice and golden brown. Do you want to spring the spider?
Okay, we're going to go here. That's yours, Chef.
And then paper towel in the plate.
And we are going to
here.
do it right there. And how long are we going to look for? Until golden brown?
Until golden brown. That's going to take like 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And then you must make sure you have a kitchen paper towel on top of your plate so that the oil, when you take this out, can be... this can take out all the oil from the fat cooks.
And then the magic of TV, we've actually made a little preparation before. We've made the mince, etc. I'm full with flour, but of course, give this a shot. We've got all of the recipe ingredients for you on expressoshow.com. Golden Cloud has a beautiful, an exciting competition, in fact. It's a baking competition with a weekly celebration of a spring high tea. So, 5 lucky viewers stand a chance to win 10,000 Rand from Golden Cloud and a Kenwood appliance so you can bake with the best. Now, simply create a bake using Golden Cloud products and share a photo of your bake on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages, or the WhatsApp line on 063-814-2300, and tell us what makes you love the high tea creation. What makes it amazing? What makes it beautiful? Now, make sure your picture includes a Golden Cloud product, and don't forget to hashtag high tea with Golden Cloud. Entries close on 28th September. T's and C's can be found, as always, on the best website in the whole world, expressoshow.com. Chef Linda, it's been a joy. All we have to do now is to finish our fat cooks off.
Yes.
And enjoy.
I see you've been craving to taste this. The bolognese looks amazing. So then I've added my tomato puree here. And then you're going to add your dry bay leaves, fresh bay leaves for flavor. And then that's it.
Done and dusted. Beautiful.
Done and dusted.
Try it at home. In fact, tomorrow. Happy Heritage Day.
Bite.
I do.
Because I can see you salivating.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Free to be you. Live, work, play, sleep, allergy-free with Allergex non-drowsy.
Yes, live, work, play, and sleep in spring as well, because spring is all about doing the things that you love, but it's also about spending time, more time, in nature. And the warm and long days, they're here, the fresh air and beautiful flowers, they are everywhere. Allergex non-drowsy is here to make sure that you get the most out of this new season. So they continue to give away money, 2,000 Rand. Yep, 2,000 Rand in vouchers, Take-A-Lot vouchers every single day to our lucky viewers.
Yeah, and so this week we wanted to hear all about your favorite places where you want to spend spring picnic.
Yep.
Something to be done.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite places?
To do in spring, you want to be out and about, you know? I'm seeing so many sort of picnic festivals are making a return. Kirstenbosch, for example, is, you know, going to be packed.
Yeah, of course.
Very popular around this time. So, yeah, spending time like that out and about. But if you have allergies, I mean, let's be honest, have you been to a park like, for example, Kirstenbosch Gardens?
Crazy.
During that time when you've got allergies?
Pollen all over.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we've got a winner.
We do indeed, and we have the winner on the line. Drum roll, please. Congratulations to Lali Oden. There is Lali, and Lali is on the line. Congratulations to you, Lali. Woohoo!
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much.
There we go, there we go. Shall we quickly read what Lali here wrote to us? Lali said, Mitchell's Park is absolutely beautiful. The kids can visit the mini zoo, play in the safe playground, and the atmosphere is lovely to have a picnic. The different types of birds are amazing, lovely. It's also a lovely spot for the family to take in the sights and as many beautiful pictures as possible. And then, of course, she used that hashtag Expresso Show and hashtag AllergexND. Congratulations.
Lali, I love that. You're spending...
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how does it feel to be a winner today?
I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm so excited.
Love it. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Lali, tell me, what are some of your picnic essentials when you're taking the family out there, the things you must have?
definitely cool drinks
Uh-huh.
and snacks as well.
Cool drinks.
And also a picnic blanket and an umbrella.
Yes.
The staples. The staples. You kind of want to make sure you're prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in case you want to like lie down on that picnic blanket, maybe with a, with a bit of an umbrella to shade you from the sun, you take a nap.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, that's it. Am I correct in assuming you're going to be stocking up on some picnicking essentials with your Take-A-Lot voucher? Or maybe you've got other ideas. What are you going to be spending this Take-A-Lot voucher on?
Actually, I'm a baker, so I've been wanting an airbrush kit for my cake. Yes, and it just came at the right time.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. Well, when you're done with your baked goods and they're looking all amazing, will you send us a picture?
Definitely, I'm going to. I actually entered your competition, so I'm going to definitely be sending some pictures to you.
Okay, so Kat's asked for a picture, and I'd like to ask if it is possible at all to courier the actual goodies that you will have made through to the studio, not just the pictures. We will take the pictures of them as we eat them. Thank you so much,
Give him a finger.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Ah, man, you know what? I love that. I love that we can finally, embrace spring without the fear of allergies holding us back. And this is all thanks to Allergix Non-Drowsy.
Absolutely. So to find out how you can be our next lucky winner, stay tuned.
Picture.
Spring is glory.
Oh, sorry. Oh, bless you, man. Bless you. Unless you suffer from allergies. But that has all changed with Allergix and Non-Drowsy and the wonders of spring competition on Expresso this September.
So stand a chance to win a daily giveaway Monday to Friday of a 2,000 Rand Take-A-Lot voucher to spend on the best outdoor living gear.
I love that. So answer the weekly question on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages and include that all-important Allergix ND. The competition runs from the 1st till the 28th of September, and those terms and conditions do apply. Good luck and bless you, man.
The entertainment continues in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got powerful vocals coming your way from local talent Zaldine McDonald. She's also the vocal coach and mentor of Overberg's Got Talent. And here she is with one of my favorites. It's going to make you jazz, guaranteed. Kirk Whalum and Wendy Moten's track. It's called All I Do. Gooi lekker man. Gooi lekker man. Yes. Yes.
You're getting to be all that matters to me. Well, let me tell you, boy, I hope and pray each day I live to live a more love I have to give, to live a more love that's devoted and true. All I do is think about you. Baby, all I do is think about you. And baby, just suppose I should happen to cross your mind, and by some chance a girl like me you didn't even try to find. Well, let me tell you, boy, I think of how exciting it would be if you should discover you feel like me, if you should discover the streams for two. Well, let me tell you, boy, I light a candle every day and pray that you'll always feel this way, and pray that our love will forever be new. All I do is think about you. Oh, baby. Oh, all I do is think about you, darling. just for two. Well, let me tell you, boy, I light a candle every day and pray that you'll always feel this way, and pray that our love will forever be new. All I do is think about you. Oh, baby. All I do is think about you, baby. Oh, yeah. And all I do is think about you. I'm thinking, baby, about you, baby. And I'm thinking, baby, and about you, and only you, and only you, and only you. Oh, baby, just think about you. All I do is think about you.
All I do is think about Saltine McDonald. All I do. It's lovely. Please, Overberg's Got Talent's happening tomorrow. Get your tickets to Copy Ticket. It's at the Country Club in Karabo. Be there. It's going to be lekker, and Zaldine will be there. Yes. I mean, now you know you need to go. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso. Lots and lots of feel good coming your way still. Oh yes, in the third and final hour.
Especially if you're going to be celebrating all things heritage.
Yeah.
You might want to make your way to Sun City, where Graham is taking the sights and scenes of the rumba in the jungle.
Oh, good morning, gents. Thank you so much. Yes, again, I'm missing you guys terribly, especially on a Friday, but I'm going to see if I can bring a little bit of that glitz and glam, because we are, yes, still at Sun City, and we are awaiting what is probably going to be the biggest showcase and dance festival that this continent has seen in years. Rumba in the Jungle is back. We're in the palace, finally a setting befitting a queen. Joanna Leonis is adding some incredible gravitas to this year's Rumba in the Jungle. She is a multiple world champion and title holder across so many different divisions. I could spend about 3 minutes just listing her titles, but thankfully she is here to support the South African dance community. So Joanna, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. What is it like being in SA?
It's amazing. Thank you for having me here. Always been one of my dreams to be in South Africa. I have a lot of friends and they're all jealous that I'm here. And to be here and witness this beauty and this nature and all the spirit of the people, of course. And yes, it's incredible. So thank you.
There is this sense of collaboration and community within the dance world, and it seems to be a global family now more than ever. We need to connect to be able to help each other up, and I think in the South African context, having competitions on this level with this sort of gravitas has got to be a game changer. What does it do for a dancer's career as they're trying to climb that ladder to be able to perform at competitions that are this big, this intense, that come with this kind of fanfare?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is incredibly a blessing for them to have this this opportunity to be a part of such a great event, because it gives them the vision, the total reality of what it's all about, and to have this facility and these events that are so well taken care of and so beautifully projected and produced. So I think for a dancer, I remember myself when I went to my first big competition, I learned so much from witnessing my idols and people that were there and doing their thing, and just getting the vibe and the feel and seeing this opportunity. Yeah, I think it builds the character of from a very young age of all these dreams and what you can do and
what you can achieve. And I think
yes.
You're a serial winner. You cracked the code somehow in what seems to be the most competitive field. Just how tough is it at the top? What did it take for you to get there? What fortitude, what is that X factor that you possess that allowed you to get there? And as a result, what has dance given you in return for that sacrifice and that hard work?
It's hard to talk about myself. I don't really always like it, but for me it was like a need. It was a sense of physical addiction nearly that I felt dancing could give me, and I was fortunate enough to be able to see it, because in Belgium actually it wasn't very popular. So when I witnessed it for the first time, I immediately knew from my inside, from my guts, that this is what I want to do. And I was doing ballet and other forms, but ballroom was something special. I think it also has this relationship aspect that you can share it with another person, and you can communicate different emotions through the dancing. And yes, and it was not easy, but I had my mind was into it, so it was definitely first in my head that I wanted to get to the top and be there. And but I was at the same time, I think the thing that made it for me is that balance between commercial and actually artistic side. And a lot of people maybe are a bit confused with, if they want to get to the top, they really follow a bit the mainstream, and they go a bit for the quickest way there, let's say, which could be sometimes seen as political moves or stuff like this. But for me, it was always to stay genuine with my beliefs and authenticity, with my thing, which is different for everybody. But I guess if you know what you want and you have that passion and need and will, then there is no limit to it.
Yeah, exactly. You just keep kicking down those barriers. I've got to ask you this, because I got lost watching videos of you doing nothing. Your entrance, the ability to squeeze like 5 seconds of drama out of 1 second, that light and shade. For you, what was that hook? What was that thing that made you so special, do you think? Did you have a move? Was there an element to your dance that was your X factor?
I mean, throughout the year you build up different moves and you start to feel a bit more daring, but I was always, I guess, a bit of a rebellious person, in a way that I wanted to make a statement and that it's my own one, and not to just reproduce what has been done already. So even though I'm a very shy kind of person, on the floor I'd never behaved, let's say. And I was stimulated by the right people. My coach, who was also Ruud Vermeer, who was very much from the outside world of theater, and being fed with a lot of different forms of arts and ingredients from different styles, was very, very important. So I think that's also a part of not being stuck in one format, let's say.
You're an artist and you're a rebel, and we love you for it. I absolutely love it. If I could, to close this off, in one or as few words as possible, what's going to win it for you today? If we can speak directly to those amazing dance couples that you're going to be judging, what is that thing that you look for in another dance couple? What do you think is going to sway you out there when you're judging?
I think a combination of daring to be genuinely their presence, a sense of presence, and that they do their thing and they believe in what they have. So many legends from here, so many incredible talents, more than maybe other countries in the world.
Yeah.
So I think they all have it. It's just maybe someone needs to go for it a bit more and not be afraid to really share it and communicate. And yeah. gives that presence.
Oh, the platform is yours. If any of the dancers are going to be competing over the weekend or watching right now, just reach out and grab it, but be authentically yourself, Joanna. It really is not lost on me how important it is to have you here, how blessed we are to have your presence and your influence, and to have Victor and you here performing as well is just something so magical. So thank you so, so much for what you are doing for South African dance. Now it's up to the South African dancers to put their hand up. Rumba in the Jungle is here, an opportunity to make your mark in the world of dance. And of course, my journey through the world of dance centers around one incredible dancer, and we're going to chat to her. She's also on the judging panel. Lindsay, my beautiful wife, is going to open a bit of a window into what it was like to try and teach me to dance during our Strictly days. Stick around, we'll see you in a mo.
I think it's very clear that the love affair between Graham and dance still exists, and there's a fire burning there. And the thing to love about South Africa is how we can create our own food and flavors which are specific only to Mzansi. And in celebration of Heritage Week, the lovely chef Linda with Cross and Blackwell Kasi Magic will showcase how we can reimagine the beloved kota with some Kasi Magic flavor. With Cross and Blackwell, there is really something for everyone. And I'm looking forward to this one because back in the day, you know, we were talking earlier on that kota was just the kota. You'd get to the shop and then they just chips, mince, no presentation, nothing. Then wrap it up in newspaper or whatever it is, and then bah, there
they were not eating with their eyes.
Go and eat, exactly.
Because now we eat with our eyes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So as we are celebrating Heritage Month, we've been cooking all the South African favorite dishes. So now we are doing kota. You find it in every corner of a township, and they're doing it differently with their own touch. So today we're gonna do a Russian one, bacon, some chips, some cheese, some archer there. You can add anything that you want. If you don't want the bacon, you can take it off. It's all up to you.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's do that.
You're gonna cut the bread like the square from the center.
Okay, this is the very, very important part. You've got to make sure that the bread is soft.
It's soft.
And then you can see the taste.
Yes, while you're doing that, I'm gonna start slicing my potato, the big giant potato, so that I make my chips.
Okay.
Okay, and then after cutting that, you're gonna fill it with archer. It's gonna start with archer from the bottom. And then bacon, obviously.
And then
I'm gonna do the Russian for you.
So how deep would you want to go into the bread? About halfway?
Yeah, halfway. You don't want to go deep because you still want to have that. You still want to have that.
Yes, yes. Don't go too much. Just want to make sure that I've got everything. I remember like the uncles and the aunts, that used to be making kota, kohai, would literally just like launch in with their hands, bah, and so snatch that bread out of there.
Exactly. I just dried my potatoes.
Lovely stuff.
Then my oil is hot. You must make sure your oil is hot because you don't want soggy potato
chips. Ne? So you want them to crisp up on the outside very quickly.
While my chips are frying there, I'm going to start frying my Russians.
Lovely stuff.
Just slices. Can you
is that okay?
Knife? Oh, yeah.
Did I do a good job over there?
Yes,
that's
exactly.
the right kind of
perfect. You are the chef. Yeah, culinary skills.
Get in there. Get in there.
Okay, so, get your archer in there.
Archer is
like 2 tablespoons.
Yo, this one is like jalapeno archer. I say archer. This is proper like eat with your eyes kind of archer. Get some of the oil in there as well.
Nice, nice.
And then after the archer?
We have the egg, but the egg, we're going to end with the egg on top.
Okay.
So, and then I'm just frying my Russian slices here. My pan is hot.
To make sure that it's hot there as well.
Yes.
Any other assistance you need?
Okay, you can add the chips.
Add the chips as well.
So add the chips, not too much. Or unless you want to build a tower. And then make sure that you have that skewer so you hold it if it's like too long.
At the
going
end,
up. If it's,
okay, I think I'll add a few chips.
Yeah, if it's Eiffel Tower.
Ikazi Tower.
Yes. Okay, my chips here. They're nice and golden brown. Look how beautiful are these chips.
Wow, nice and warm as well.
About.
Okay. Are you going to place them on a paper towel to drain the excess oil?
Yes, exactly. From here,
if you want to
drain,
make sure that it's at least somehow
get rid of all the excess oil.
Somehow healthy.
Okay, our Russian also here, and then, so it doesn't matter. It's all pork, so there's no cross contamination, whatever. So Add bacon.
Bacon, there you go.
Yeah.
So as you can see, ikota is one of those versatile things that you can
Traditional.
change it up. in
Everyone enjoys
whatever
it.
way.
There's this other chef that arrived. I won't mention. She's a very modern chef. But when she was around, she was like, where can I get kota? Where's kota here? I was in Durban. I was like, oh my gosh. Even you want kota?
Now listen, if you want to kind of add a little bit of extra pizzazz and razzle-dazzle to your kota, then you might want to be tapping into these Cross and Blackwell Kasi magic sauces, which are ready to eat rich and creamy table sauces that are super convenient, quick flavor solutions, and brilliant additions to your Kasi weekend. So make sure that you get yourself one of those. They're available in all kinds of beautiful flavors that you can see over there. There's one that is, what is this? Hot and spicy.
Yes.
There's jalapeno and cheese. There is absolute cheese there. So get yourself the flavor that you prefer that adds to your end result that you would like to have.
Yes, this is our tower. Now I'm adding my eggs here. Oh, before I add eggs, sorry. Let's add chips. Did you add chips?
I did.
But
the chips
actually,
are
we
in
can
there.
add more.
Add more on top, because those are the
chips.
warm ones.
Yes.
The warm ones that we want, because we want them to melt the cheese.
Yes.
Okay. So while you do that, take the opportunity this weekend to reimagine food with Cross and Blackwell and stand a chance to win hampers over the next few weeks leading up to the grand prize draw, where 3 lucky winners will each win themselves an Instant Pot Duo crisp air fryer to the value of 5,000 Rand each. Now remember, 4 lucky viewers also stand a chance to win themselves each a Mayo Amazing CB hamper valued at 500 Rand this week. And to enter, simply take inspiration from this week's Cross and Blackwell recipe and add your unique twist using any Cross and Blackwell variant. Reply to the competition post on @Cross and Blackwell's Facebook or Instagram pages with a snap of your reimagined dish and hashtag something for everyone. Or you can post it to your own social media page and tag @Cross and Blackwell, and of course use that hashtag something for everyone. Also, don't forget to also follow their pages to win some exciting prizes. The competition closes at midday on Monday the 26th of September, and T's and C's can be found on the competition post. Look
how
at
amazing
that.
is this.
I would want to add a
I just
little bit
added
of this.
cheese. I love the fact that they Cross and Blackwell is giving
Can you mix
us
them?
different flavors. Yes, you can.
Cheese
It's
and
all
then
up
hot
to
and
you.
spicy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's gonna punch. That's gonna punch.
Let's have fun. Let's add more achar. Kota is all about having fun. You just add and add and add. Remember, we spoke about presentation. So now if we are like have herbs, you can put herbs. We can make it like a modern kota.
All right. Listen, we got to take a break and we got to get down to chowing this. I'm going to try it at least a chipnyana with a hot and spicy.
Right. Short man. This is the stuff. Oh, awesome.
Asgaule Buffet with Cross and Blackwell's Kasi magic sauces. Available in cheese, hot and spicy, and jalapeno and cheese.
Looking for fantastic health and weight loss benefits without a lifestyle change or being on a diet? Well, Shapeline 50 Billion from Proven Probiotics is the first ever probiotic to offer scientifically proven weight loss, while at the same time boosting immune and digestive health. That's why we think Shapeline 50 Billion may well be the world's most effective probiotic. Available at Dis-Chem and Clicks.
Afternoon Express wants you to win an epic spring adventure teamed up with a South African celeb to be more plus with BioPlus. From skydiving to bungee jumping, whatever the adventure, BioPlus gives you that edge in physical energy and mental vitality. To enter, answer the BioPlus competition question on the Afternoon Express Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages using that hashtag BioPlus. Be more plus.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A few more of those feel-good moments coming your way, right?
Indeed, including Rumba in the Jungle, and this is going to be a beautiful pairing because somebody is teaching Graham some moves.
Oh, thank you, gents. Really am missing you as the excitement today builds. Why am I so excited? Why am I here? Why have I brought my two beautiful children here? Because this is such a proud moment for me and for our family, because my beautiful wife and my dance partner in life, Lindsay, of course, is going to be one of the judges on the international panel here today, and we could not be more excited for our kids to see her in her world, because they've only known you as a mommy.
I know.
So the first thing I'm going to do...
Is that allowed?
No, it's not normally allowed. I can never kiss the guests, so I really wanted to do that. You know, the more I deal with these amazing dancers, and we had some fantastic up-and-coming junior dancers put me through my paces yesterday, I keep thinking to myself, how the hell did you teach me how to dance? What did you go through when we did Strictly, and how did you get it right? Because I am devoid of musicality, and it must have been probably one of the biggest challenges of your career, I would imagine.
You weren't actually that bad, to be honest. In the beginning, yes. I mean, you had the pigeon toes and the round shoulders, but that's all from your martial arts. So that took a bit of, you know, getting that sort of side of things, right? Posture, technique. But the good thing was that you were really determined. You worked hard. You put the hours in. We were able to, like, get, I think, 10-hour days in all of the, you know, that's what we were actually doing. It was about 8 to 10 hours every day. So I think it just shows that if you can put the work in behind what there is to do, then it's possible.
Yeah, just 2 weeks learning how to walk. I remember doing rumba walks was probably the biggest challenge for me, just to try and get that right. What I've loved watching is now seeing you working with kind of top-tier couples, your amazing pro-am couples. Lauren, we love you. The incredible kind of top-tier dancers that now have an opportunity to make their mark at this competition. What is the difference when you teach someone like me, an entry level, something like a rumba move, a basic, and when you try and connect dancers at that level, what is the difference? What are you trying to get into the technique and that kind of the headspace with your top tier dancers?
Okay, with your, you know, with your amateur couples or your pro-am or whoever it may be, I think for in a competitive sense, it's about getting them to feel comfortable in their body. So maybe with, like, say you, sorry, as a beginner, then like a cucaracha it's showing you how to move the feet, the legs into the hips so that you get the action. But with a competitive couple, you've got to take that a bit further. They need a connection together. So then it's more in the body. It's more through the arms and the face and being together with it all, you know? So it's a slight difference, but the principles stay there. You know, the grounding stays there.
In one word, babe, what's going to win it for you today? When you go out there, I'm asking all the judges this, with these competitive couples, what's going to win you over? What's that X factor?
So for me, I'm a very, I'm an emotional person anyway, so I love emotion, but it's got to be real. So I just want to get goosebumps when I watch the couple. I want to get in their little bubble and I want to feel their story. It's like I almost want to put the judging pad down and dance with them, you know. So it's about being inspired for me. Technique's got to be there, but it's not the be-all and end-all. I think they need to express how they feel.
Emotion and authenticity. All of our judges have said that. We are so proud of you. I know you have sacrificed so much for our little family to be here, and you've set your dance wall aside.
They can see it all happening because You're going to get me all
Amazing. I know,
emotional
this
now.
is going to be an incredible and an emotional weekend, I think, for so many people taking part, for the judges, for the dance community, and of course for these amazing dancers that get to put themselves on the world map. This is an international competition. This is where stardom begins. We got one more performance. Of course, hip-hop is being represented here so well. We're going to bring you one of the best crews in the country, undoubtedly. So stick around. And I miss you guys, and I'm going to do it one more time just because I can.
Sure. I'm okay, don't worry. But that was beautiful. Strictly Come Dancing to Strictly Come Married. Look at that. They're so cute. But of course, more action coming through. Also, we have a Friday dance, which should be wonderful. So stick around. We also have a quiz.
Yeah.
We have a Vodacom.
Oh, I love that quiz. Yeah.
You like a quiz?
It's coming up.
Switch to Red and unlock more with Vodacom Red's amazing rewards and benefits that simply cannot be missed.
Oh, they definitely cannot. Now, did you know that if you upgrade or switch to Red, you get up to 24 months device insurance cover? I definitely need that. With all the things I'm doing in the mountain, this is perfect for me.
Definitely. And added to that, Red will have you covered for a cracked screen or accidental damage to a touch screen, plus water damage cover on any of your devices. And if any little accident happens with your camera, they'll fully repair it.
This is incredible. Where has this been all my life? Now listen, claims process is as easy as 1, 2, 3, and they promise a fast replacement period at the click of a button, and that's when you email service at vodacom.co.za. Simple as that.
Well, it is Friday, and you know what that means. It means we are enriching someone's life this weekend. And last week, we saw our first lucky winner walk away with 3,000 Rand. And we really invited you to join in on the pop quiz fun and joy by entering the weekly competition online form. Now, we have this week's lucky participant on the line.
Let's say hello to Leonard Paul, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
How are you feeling today?
I'm excited to be on the show. Thank you for having me.
I'm as excited as you are, and I can't wait because I really hope that you do well for this. And just in case you missed last week's quiz, let's quickly recap on how the game works, right? So we're going to be asking you 5 questions in total, and for every question you get right, you receive 500 Rand. As simple as that. And on top of this, that's what I'm talking about. On top of this, if you are an existing Vodacom contract customer or have switched to Red in the last 30 days, you stand a chance to double your winnings. Oh yeah, that's what's up. You ready for this, sir?
I'm ready.
Lena, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, well, let's start off with the first question. Name one of the benefits of being a Red Core customer.
You get accidental cover if anything happens to your phone.
I think that is correct. Is that correct?
That is correct, because that's what we just shared, so she was listening.
Nice, well played. Okay,
500
congratulations.
Rand
500 Rand goes in the pocket. Okay, first question done. Let's see if you can get 5 out of 5. Question number 2 is, name one of the cities indoor by J something experience.
I think one is our beautiful city, Cape Town.
Ooh.
That's your final answer?
Final answer.
Unfortunately, that's not correct. He was in Cape Town, but our question was, where is he still going to perform? You can catch him in Johannesburg as well as Durban.
Oh.
No worries, Lena. No worries. We've
got
got 3 more
500 bucks.
questions. We've got 3 more questions still coming at you.
Well, this one should be easy. True or false? Question number 3. As a Red Core customer, you get family data share enabling you to share data with 6 other Vodacom friends. Is that true or false?
True.
Yes!
That's
true. It's correct.
You have a total of 1,000 Rand in the bag.
1,000 Rand guaranteed. Yeah, let's see if we can get some more. We've got question number 4 coming up. We could possibly make this 2,000 Rand if you get the next 2 right. Your next question is, can you name one travel partner and their travel discount for Vodacom Red Core customers?
Is it Fly Safair?
Yes, there's Fly Safair.
that's
How much
correct.
discount can you get with Fly Safair?
What percentage?
I hope I'm right. 60?
Oh,
That's your final
unfortunately
answer?
not.
Oh, it's not 60%. You can get 10% off with Fly Sapphire. You can get up to 35% off with Emirates flights, as well as up to 35% off Protea hotels and 10% off Intercape. That one was not yours, but you still have that
So
1,000
close, so
Rand in
close.
the bag.
All right, Lena, take a deep breath. All right, I want you to get this one correct. All right, pay attention and let's see if you can crack this one. All right, your final question. How many months insurance cover do you get on your device when you switch to red?
24?
24
Yes!
is spot on. That means you have earned yourself 1,500 Rand. Well done.
Yay! Thank you.
Okay, well, we have one more question left, and this is one that could mean that you could be a little bit richer. Now, please tell us, are you a Vodacom customer? In fact, are you a Vodacom contract customer, or have you recently switched to red in the last 30 days?
I am a Vodacom customer at the moment.
Yes!
That means we get to double your winnings. Lena, you are walking away with 3,000 Rand. Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you very much. It was my birthday Sunday, so yes, I can use it now to have a little party.
Oh, that's so
yes.
special.
I love that. And I'm so glad that we could help you celebrate. And I'm so glad that you switched to red in the last 30 days. And it's just an honor to obviously announce you as our winner.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Oh, amazing. Enjoy those winnings. And remember, you too can join in on the pop quiz. And it's a lot of fun. You can stand the chance to win up to 2,500 Rand and the opportunity to double those winnings if you are a Vodacom contract customer or if you've switched over to red in the last 30 days.
Yeah, as simple as that. Now to enter, click on the link on the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter pages and fill out the simple entry form. And we could be calling you to participate and partake in next week's Red Core Quiz, where you'll receive 500 Rand for every correct answer. And if you're already a Vodacom contract customer or have switched to red in the last 30 days, we will double your prize money, just like we did right now. So the entries close on Monday, 26th of September at midday, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
That's right, and Vodacom just keeps on delivering the goods. So switch to red and unlock more with Vodacom.
Expresso is connected by Vodacom Red. Switch to a new Vodacom Red plan to unlock more.
Plan your next Cape Town getaway home to the world-renowned Table Mountain, breathtaking mountain ranges, stunning natural wonders, thrilling landscapes, and picturesque ocean vistas. Get from 15% off when you stay 3 nights or more and recharge even longer with the Stay Longer on Us offer. This offer is valid at participating Marriott International hotels in South Africa and Africa. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
Spring is glory. Oh, bless you, man. Bless you. Unless you suffer from allergies. But that has all changed with Allergex Non-Drowsy and the wonders of spring competition on Expresso this September.
So stand a chance to win a daily giveaway Monday to Friday of a 2,000 Rand take-lot voucher to spend on the best outdoor living gear.
I love that. So answer the weekly question on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages and include that all-important Allergex ND. The competition runs from the 1st till the 28th of September, and those terms and conditions do apply. Good luck and bless you, man.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A Feel Good Breakfast Show. Time to make more winners and tell you how you can become a winner. Yes, because you can. Win big with Tropica Island of Treasure All Stars when you buy Tropica and you take part in the weekly at-home challenges. They're so much fun.
There's a lot of fun. And you can win. You can win Uber vouchers to the value of 10,000 Rand to be used on the Uber app. And to enter, all you have to do is recreate the challenge on the Tropica social pages in your home by building a tower of Tropicas and see how many you can balance.
And then you share that video of you doing the challenge on social media, tag @mytropica and #Tropica.
Entries close at midnight on 24 September. That's tomorrow. This is your last chance to enter. T's and C's do apply. And remember, the winner will be selected and contacted via Tropica's social media.
So go on and get your Tropicas and enter this competition. You could be the winner of that Uber voucher or those Uber vouchers worth 10,000 Rand to be used on the Uber app. What a smooth prize. Good luck.
All right. Listen, the weekend's here. Heritage Day is upon us tomorrow, the 24th of September, and we will be celebrating heritage all around the unique as a country, what makes us connect as South Africans, the appreciation of our cultures, our languages, our music, and of course, our food as well. Sun's out, coal's out.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna go somewhere else.
I mean, what?
I don't know.
No, I'm not in that field yet. I don't play that.
Ons werkie met kos. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Dude, you just took me way back. But listen, we've got an incredible spread to show you that you could have. And if you were to serve this up to all of the friends, I think you'd be like the number one. Number one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where do we even begin, Chef Clem?
Where do we begin? Okay, so first things first, when you're gonna have a day gathering people around for a braai, designated braai master.
There needs to be one.
You need to set that from the beginning, because people can't just be grabbing your tongues and doing the thing. They need to know who's in charge.
There's a lot of power that comes with wielding one of these.
There is, and with great power
comes great braaiing responsibility. It's quite heavy. It's like mirror.
It is. It is. You feel it.
You know?
You almost grow like a few inches as you pick it up. You're braai master.
I am indeed.
So what I've got for you is we've got our famous Karabo Poppy over there.
Which is
and we've had Anda in the kitchen talking about what goes into real, authentic South African boerewors. So got that for you. You're going to get that on there. Then I've got some chisanyama wings. These are addictive. We started off with a few packs this morning. There's like half a pack left of that's cooked because people just been snacking. They're so good. And because it's sitting in that marinade, all the flavor is just like in there.
You're going to get all of it.
And chicken wings don't need tenderizing. They're just amazingly tender on their own.
There we go.
So imagine what's happening now that you've got some extra time in that marinade. They're just becoming heavenly, actually. All right.
And this is just the most delicious kind of mobile home braai right there that you...
It is, that's amazing. Okay, you're on sausage. We've got
chicken wings
going on. I'm going to put together a salad. Okay? Because you do need sides. You can't just eat meat.
Yes.
I mean, you can. But we got to like, we got to just balance it out a bit. So I've got a sorghum salad today, and I think that's so amazing. As South Africans, we used to like drinking our sorghum.
What on earth?
Now we're going to make a delicious salad out of it. And I was chatting
Red sorghum nogal.
Red sorghum.
Now we're going hectic.
I was chatting to our social media manager, Bianca. We're talking about, like, grains.
Yes.
Like, I feel like it's the season for grains. They're amazing. You can make a big grain salad on a Monday, and it'll last you the whole week. And with grains, they just get better. And better, because it just sits in that sauce, in the herbs, whatever you're cooking, so it just gets better. Kat, you're on that. I cooked the sorghum according to the packet instructions, and everything's on... Everything, it tells you how to do it perfectly. And then they go and help you
Step by step.
Step by step. They even give you a little recipe at the back as well. Just give you a little idea how to prepare it and what to make with it. So, sorghum's cooked.
Can you tell that I am the silent braaier type? Like, I take my braaiing really seriously. If you put me on duty to be the braai master, I am going to not really, like, engage much. I'm here. I am here, focused.
I like it.
Making sure, because I like to make sure that my people eat well, you know what I mean?
So, okay, let's talk about this. What is your etiquette? So say you invite people for a braai at 4 o'clock, okay?
People come to your house, they rock up at 4 o'clock. What time is Kat feeding his guests?
I've already got like some snacks going.
You must.
By the time you arrive, like chips inyana, peanuts inyana, madupi inyana, with raisins inyana. Okay, everybody snack attack, while I work on the real stuff. And then once you're there, we're talking like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. After you arrive, then, you know, we should be eating.
Okay, I feel like 2 hours is like the cutoff.
Yeah.
The cutoff, but I like that. I like the fact that you come with the snacks because you need that. Okay, so the peppers I've roasted on the fire, and I kept some of the char on the skins.
Okay.
Because there's a little bit of flavor in
That is flavor. That is flavor.
So we keep it nice and rough. We just kind of like tear it up. We're just going to give it a rough chop. Get that into the sorghum.
So check the intensity of my flame here to make sure that we are at max.
Because we've got that beautiful fan on the side that kind of just like amps up the heat as well. Okay, so that's the biggest thing.
Smoking is guala. Now we're doing things here.
Ah, there we go. I can see it's happening. Okay. So a little bit of olive oil goes in there, and we pop it over here.
Lovely stuff.
Peppers go in. Then, oh, you got some time now, because now
I do,
Okay,
exactly.
Can you chop some herbs for me? We've got some basil, spring onion, chives. I like extra onion flavor. Okay, so we're going with chives and spring onions. In this pan that's smoking, it's actually a little too hot, but you know what? It's Friday. We're going.
Go for it.
Chakalaka going into the pan. We're going to heat that through. I'm going to get another flame on, and you can do this all on the fire. We're gonna char some cabbage. Okay.
More of that, eh? We can go more.
Yeah, go for it.
All of it.
There's no limit as to how much herbs you can add to this dish.
Excellent stuff.
Just go for it.
Listen, can we shop all of these online?
Yes, of course you can.
Go to your nearest Woolies, of course, to get all of your supplies.
And what I like about surprise, if you get a surprise message saying, "Hey, Kat, we're coming to your house," and you haven't planned for braaiing of the day, just dash it.
Yeah.
On the app, just dash everything.
Yes.
Just dash everything. Okay, so we got our cabbage on a flame. We're gonna char the cabbage, soften it slightly, but it gets like a beautiful smoky flavor. Once it gets that char, my friend Carl Wasty says, "Wait, isn't this a South African kimchi then, in a sense, the way you're making it?" And I was like,
boom,
Carl,
you got it.
Carl, you got it.
Educate me here. What are we doing here?
Okay, a nice rough chop. Everything goes into the salad, into the bowl. I've got some malva because you gotta have malva, right? But it's kind of hot outside, a little bit. So
yes.
It's a little bit hot, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna top it with some tin roof ice cream.
Go ahead.
You've got your dessert, you got your salad, you got your meat going, done by Katlego, the one and only. This is how you do
Good.
a serious braai day.
Teamwork. All right,
Yes.
listen, we got you all sorted out. Check out, as Chef Clemens said, you can dash it, you can go online, you can go to your nearest Woolies, get all of your supplies, and you'll be sorted out for Heritage Day. While we celebrate being South Africans, let's celebrate with food and music and just being together. Sibe together.
Always together, always together.
I'm gonna work on this salad a little bit.
Color Your Plate with Koo is back on SABC2 with a flavor-filled second season that will have you eating better with Koo. Passionate foodies from across the country face off every week to create a colorful, balanced plate and impress the judging panel. Featuring award-winning chef and cookbook author Ruben Riffel and nutrition expert Arthur Ramoroka, with special appearances from more of SA's biggest stars. Color Your Plate with Koo from Tuesday, 6 September at 7 p.m. only on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's been a great Friday. Hope you've enjoyed every minute of it with us. And, man, we've had food.
We have had such divine food.
Enjoyment. Enjoyment.
Chemers, everything. It's time to dance.
Move the coffee table.
Graham.
Oh.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother. I think you would be as excited as I am right now to be chatting to this gent, Vukile, who is representing the ethnocentric community projects. They are using the arts to help young people find ways to express themselves. Our investment in dance, from Expresso's perspective, is this, developing young people. Vukile, thank you, first of all, for doing what you do. Tell us a bit more about ethnocentric community projects. What do you guys do?
Good morning to our viewers at home. Vukile Rakgotla from Mafikeng, the director of Ethnocentric Community Project. It's an art center that teaches drama, music, modeling, and dance. Our future, it's in their hands.
It really is, man. Why are you so passionate about working with young people specifically? Why these youngsters for your energy?
We want to shape their future. We want to move them away from the bad things, the social ills. We are from the hood, whereby our kids are being stolen by drugs. Nyaupe is taking over our hood. So we want to give these young, beautiful girls a platform to escape, if I put it that way, if I may.
To know how beautiful and amazing they actually are. So, Vukile, we're going to step out and we're going to hand over this very dramatic space here at the Palace in Sun City to the real superstars of Rumba in the Jungle. It's the little ones who are going to take us into the future of dance. Ladies, take it away. Vukile, head off with me, buddy.
This spring, here's to Mother Nature and all the other mums who bring wonders into our world. Made with love by Clover.